And good evening, my lovelies, and welcome back to the Blue Rose Respite for my, what is it called, Whimsical Wednesdays? But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies, because we will be continuing with Tavern Talk, very kindly gifted to me by the wonderful folks over at Gentle Troll Entertainment. But thank you so much for joining me, my lovelies. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. And Weaver of Passion, thank you so much for the 10-month resub. I can't believe it's already been 10 months. Not a day goes by without me being incredibly thankful for stumbling across Steph's channel and her amazing community. I know I'm not as poetic as somebody like Sam is, but keep on keeping on, Steph. We're all rooting for you. Thank you so much, Weaver. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for your incredibly kind words. My community is lucky to have you, Weaver. Thank you. How are you all, my lovely Lost Tales? I've had a pretty big day today, mostly just having to go into London and back again. Mostly to catch up with a friend and also go to a doctor's appointment. Everything's fine, I assure you. But I think with the summer heat especially, everything is just so much more exhausting. And if it's currently summer where you are, you're probably thinking, yeah, that's valid. Oh, hey Bran, how's it going? Hello King Deadlock, Weaver of course, Lord Azul, Rayleigh Raven. Hello, my lovelies, and Xeno too. How's it going? I hope you're all having a great week so far. It is Wednesday. We're already halfway through the week. I'm not sure if it's just me. It feels like time is going by so quickly. It might just be this year and the fact that I'm now like self-employed as a voice actor and Twitch streamer and all that. But it feels like just this summer especially has gone by so quickly. Like, I can't wrap my head around how it's already the start of July. It's the 4th of July, literally tomorrow. I'm wonderful, just made some nice steak for tacos. Ooh, and my partners want me to make a brisket. Oh my god, I love brisket so much. Things have been pretty good. I got to visit my old boss, and I'm hopefully getting my old job back. Oh, that's awesome, Weaver. Good on you. And yes, I'm doing very well, don't you worry. I went to the gym this morning, as usual, and I had my session with my PT, so I'm trying to tell myself, like, it's perfectly fine. You need rest so that your body can recover after all, like, the intense, like, weight training you've been doing for the past couple of months. And then I stubbornly go, no, I need to be up until midnight on TikTok just scrolling and watching sad Interview with the Vampire edits and making myself cry again. Which, come on. I know if you guys tell me, oh no, you should stop doing that, it's not good for you. Bullshit, you guys do that too. I know you do. You must rest and eat protein. I'm doing my best. I have like 100 grams of protein a day and I've already gained so much more muscle. Making some feijoada? I'm not quite sure what kind of dish that is, but I'm intrigued. Making some feijoada for a family meeting tomorrow. Ooh. Hey, Scarlet, could you smell the hypocrisy? Oh, thank you so much, my lovelies. And I'm glad Scarlett's here to make sure you all behave yourselves and to make sure that I behave myself. Oh, Lord Azul, you say only 100 grams of protein. I try and have like aim towards 120, but I'm currently on a calorie deficit at the moment, so it's a bit trickier for me. I'm doing a cut, not a bulk at the moment. So I'm doing my best. I've already had great results so far over the past couple of months. And we'll see how things go in the rest of the year and all that. God, that season finale of Interview with the Vampire broke me. Yeah, of course we won't go into spoilers or anything like that because I want everyone, if you love vampires and really, really well-written characters and amazing performances, please go watch Interview with the Vampire. Apparently it is coming out on Netflix in the States. I'm not sure if it's going to be released on Netflix in the UK quite yet. But it should be more readily available soon. I think now that season 2 is over, they're going to be trying to push distribution quite a bit more since it's really been picking up in popularity. But yes, please go watch it. Please go watch it. It really deserves the support because it's probably one of the best shows on television and it's genuinely so good. And I totally haven't at all been just saving all of these sad edits that's been using footage from Interview with the Vampire and some really, really sad songs. Like Come Over Again and Silver Spring and lots of Ethel Cain edits. Oh, lots of edits of Interview with the Vampire with Ethel Cain songs. It's a ultimate Brazil national dish. In short, it's black beans with a lot of differentiated meats and lots of love. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, Sam, you're too kind. Thank you so much for saying my hair is amazing. I'm actually going to the salon tomorrow because I need to get my colors touched up a little bit. And I'm probably going to get like a little bit of it cut off just to make it a bit more manageable in the summer. But I'm looking forward to it. I love going to my salon because they're always so lovely there. But yes, everyone, if you're going to take anything away tonight, please go watch Interview with the Vampire and check out Tavern Talk as well. We're right into the thick of Act 2. I'm not quite sure how many more chapters we've got in Act 2 before getting into Act 3, but I am very much intrigued to see what happens next. Alrighty, but how about we jump into tonight into Tavern Talk right away because I just want to get back into this story. You guys want to hear me do the funny voices again. I wish old school men's barbershops were still more of a thing. It depends on where you are. They're quite popular still over here in the UK. If you want to watch more of a masculine cut, whether you're cis male or male presenting, they're still very popular over here in the UK. And a lot of them, at least the ones I've seen, still like hold true that kind of old-timey barbershop sort of aesthetic and interior design. But that just might be because I live in London. Alrighty, so those are pretty popular in the South. Oh, I can imagine. Absolutely. Alrighty. So let's settle in for more Tavern Talk, shall we? Everything is good to go. We're recording. We're streaming. Let us go. God, I love that transition. Alrighty. These are all saved roughly at the same time. That was the autosave. Okay. Act 2, Starlight Sonata. Chapter 8, New Horizons, 4th of the Astral Moon. Oh, my tavern looks amazing. Hi, you're new. Good mythical morning. It's well past noon. It's still morning somewhere. Plus, a wizard doesn't care about things like time. Time's not only relative, but also flexible. Like a gummy worm. One time, I've actually tried breaking through the space-time continuum using a loophole through the primordial vortex. And did it work? No. But almost. I would have needed a drip of primordial sea to enhance the curative, and that should have done it. But no access to the primordial sea. Mama. I heard that's not very easy to get. Theopractically it is. Theopractically? Practically in theory. Duh. Ah, that makes sense. I get it. You do? I'm smart, of course I do. Interesting. And suspicious. Are you mayhaps also a person of magic? Well, I do make magical drinks. Enchanted mixology. That indeed is a niche. Say, innkeeper, did something you make ever explode? By that pause and silence, I'm gonna say yes. Occasionally. Heck yeah, welcome to the club. Like, we've still got that letter on the wall, but we haven't been able to read it at all yet. Hang on. I'm curious to see what it says. I want to know what it says. It's got the rumors. Because I just want to make sure that it isn't something like, oh, you didn't read my letter and now there's consequences. But from the looks of things, no. I'm sure we'll read it when we eventually get to it. Heck yeah, welcome to the club. I think I blow something up at least once or twice a week. I'm Hex, by the way. Nice to meet you, Hex. Nice to meet you too. Just innkeeper for now. Alright, well then, innkeeper, how about a super wheezy breezy drink for me? Any flavors you might fancy? Maybe something... something that'll make me focus more, and perhaps help me better understand the primordial vortex. Gotcha. Okay, can we maybe make one of our new ones? So, hello Andu, my baby. Who's a good dragon? Who's a good dragon? Okay, want something that makes you smart. What do we have that makes you smart? Like extra smart. Because the Sunny Breeze is okay, but it's not super, super smart. I think probably the Shining Nebula is the one that they would want. But I really want to try making some more of these different ones. Okay, so something for smarts. And something for charisma. There we go. Oh, he's so cute. This should boost your focus like nothing else. Amazing! I can already feel the ideas cooking up. I think I figured out a way to get that primordial seawater to... Never mind. The explanation would be too complex to grasp. So... What complex reason brings you to my tavern, Hex? Getting away from the other smartest person in Asteria? And who would that be? Doesn't matter. You tell me. My sister. She's studying and driving me crazy with all her theories. They are so reasonable, you know? No chaos, but there has to be a bit of chaos in everything, doesn't there? I wonder how she gets through life with so much structure. Hi, you! Oh, I know what voice to give you. Structure is the key to everything, young lad. Without structure, there is no chaos, and thus there'd be no entropy. I've found entropy to be quite essential in this world. And you are... Oh, how rude of me. Top of the morning to you, lad. And to you, innkeeper, is it? It's a skeleton gentleman. I love him. Correct. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. I suppose you may call me Scully. My actual living name would be too ancient to be spoken out loud. I'm an archivist. At least I used to be. Now I'm dead. Somewhat. Not completely, obviously. Under mysterious circumstances, I happen to still be conscious. So you're undead? Precisely. How? Well, I passed on, and then one day I rose from my grave. It was like a long sleep, completely knackered for thousands of years. At least, I believe it's been thousands of years. What year is it? 1755. Shit, that's brutally long. I like your mustache, sir. So, how did you come back to life? I'm not too sure myself. I woke up and walked on, like nothing had happened. Thought to myself, might as well explore the world anew. Those who'd risen with me didn't seem to be inhabited by an independent consciousness. And alas, didn't care. Those who'd risen with you? There are more like you out there? I must ask him a question, but I will need to shave it for later. You know, bad puns are always appreciated here, so thank you, Lord Azul. Course, undead rarely rise alone. They mostly serve a master. Right. However, I decided not to bother with that and go my own way. Going south, I passed through Zoford and found a small little tavern. A bit like this one, more nautical in style. They had a lot of fish. I've never been a fan of seafood. Though, I got to listen to a lot of the town's gossip. Care to fill me in on that Zoford gossip? Well, apparently a well-known noble married a commoner and decided to run off with her, leaving the family without an heir. But there's more. Fishermen fear that Zoford has been cursed by a sea witch. They say the docks are being haunted by lonely animals that stare blankly at the waves and the moon all night. And during the day they disappear like ghosts. Bit of a weird curse. Fitting for any sea witch or wild sailor's tale. You could say that skeleton is rather stashing. Damn it, Weaver, that was good. Innkeeper, say, do you have a drink for this undead fella? A drink and a mop? Just a drink. I won't be needing a mop. If you say so. What would you like? Something that'll loosen up this non-existent tongue. Something full of charm and appeal. Coming right up. Let's maybe try one of the new ones. I think we've got one for being charming. Yes, let's go with a sunny breeze, shall we? What's the other one? Sweet and sparkling taste, the broken heart will bring up deepest feelings bubbling to the surface. Charismatic boost, great for bards and emotionally repressed individuals. I think either one of these would be good. I think we've given the sunny breeze to someone else. I think we gave it to, well, they're now calling themselves Malachite. He's got a bone to pick with us. And yes, I agree that ribs are probably his favorite food. I think we've given a sunny breeze to Malachite. Let's give him a spoken heart for a charismatic boost. And some defense. And some strength. Yeah. There you go, good sir. A real charmer, just for you. Jolly! I feel like I can conquer worlds with my words alone. Oh? Not that I would ever do that. I care more about words than worlds. Archivist things, you know. I spent most of my life reading, sorting, and archiving. I didn't leave a lot of time for dreams of hubris. Are you sure? Academic hubris is a powerful one. Come on now, that time hardly counts. Agreed. It's only natural. Oh, I think you've given me an idea, Bone Man. I did? Yes. If I can enhance the aging process of cells, the incubation procedure could... Alright, I gotta go. If my sister asks if you've seen me... No, you didn't. Thanks. Bye. I'll be sure to see you again, Hex. Energetic young fella. Indeed. If you don't mind, Innkeeper, I'd like to linger here a bit and enjoy the moment. Okay, before we do, let's look at the character bios that we picked up. Oh, and yes. Okay, we've got enough for another quest. Good. Hex. Hexagon Hex is a half-elf. They're 48. Aging is a little bit different for elves and people with elven blood. He, him, wizard. He's from Zenith. Chaotic neutral, not surprising. And his arcana is the Tower. Oh no. That does not bode well. Hex is a very impulsive wizard who loves chaos and everything unreasonable. He's one of the two smartest people in all of Asteria, with his other being his sister, whom seems to be his complete opposite. Thanks to him, I also learned a new word, theopractically. So, theopracticality. So, is it theopracticality? No, there's only one T. Theopracticality. That still sounds weird to say. It means practically in theory. Scully. He's a skeleton, age unknown, he, him. He's an archivist from the Everbloom archives, chaotic neutral, and his arcana is the magician. Perfect. Scully is Mahida and the personification of a gentleman, and he's, well, dead. Or at least he was dead for quite some time before he rose again. But contrary to his fellow undead, he returned conscience. If you don't mind, Innkeeper, I'd like to linger here a bit and enjoy the moment. Of course. You're welcome to linger as long as you like, Scully. Fable! Hey, Innkeep, how's it going? All fine and dandy. How about you, Fable? I'm still very busy helping the farmers rebuild their barns and fences. Also, apparently, a bunch have lost their crops due to how hot the stars were. It's terrible. Seeing all this destruction is terrible. I've never seen anything like this before either. Historically, the Lady of the Gilded Sea never struck me as someone to unleash baneful omens. Apologies. My manners. It's impolite to burst into a conversation just like that. I'm Scully. Fable. Nice to meet you, Fable. Again, my apologies for the impulsivity. That's alright. I was just surprised you could actually talk. Oh, no offense. I just thought, usually... None taken. Usually skeletons don't speak. Theopracticality. That word's gonna come up so much. Theopractically, they don't. Hey, I got it right. Theopractically? Practically in theory. Exceptions confirm the rule. You sound like a wizard. Please don't say that. Okay, let's pretend I didn't. Scully, how do you like her drinks? Surely an experience. I can feel it gurgling in my bones. Sometimes they do that. Could you also make me a drinking keeper? I don't want my bones to jingle, but something that enhances my finesse would be nice. You know, you have to be very delicate with zucchini seeds, or they'll give up immediately. Of course. Coming right up. Okay, something that gives you a little bit of extra quickness. 1,000 Winds is more charisma and defense. I think it's a swift strike for you, my friend. They really are so sweet, aren't they? And it was intelligence. Yay! I hope this tastes refined enough. This is perfect. You know, just what I need, Innkeeper. I'm not gonna say that, oh, I do love Fable. I do love Fable. I will say, Fable is one of, like, the most regular visitors we have. I'm just, like, thinking, will this have an impact on the way the story goes? That's what I'm kind of thinking. Hang on, I'm just gonna save quickly. Because I also want to say my favorite regular to my boy Kyle, okay? Let's just... Now, Fable is special. Let's say, of course I do. After all, you're my favorite regular. I am? Yes. And you're my favorite innkeeper. Oh. Thank you, Fable. So, do you think your farm work will be done soon? Oh, I hope so. Not that I don't like helping them out, I do. But I think the sooner everyone can get back to a normal life, the better. Do you perhaps need a hand? I happen to have two. And I might know a thing or two about crops and fences. Sure, I could use some help carrying a few things over to Trakerin. My treehouse is just around the corner. Splendid! Sounds like a quite useful endeavour. I'll gladly indulge. Thank you. Inky, before we go, I have something I wanted to give you. What do you have for me, Fable? Some dried honey flowers. The farmers didn't know how to thank me, so they gave me these flowers. And you're always so helpful and nice, so I wanted to share them with you. I'm sure you already have at least 4 ideas on how to use them. Thank you very much, Fable. I'll make sure to put them to good use. Oh, we got another infusion ingredient. Yes, yes, yes. So you accept donations for ingredients? Certainly. I can only get my hands on so many infusions myself. What about recipes themselves? It's always good to get more inspiration. Wonderful. In my prior life, I had access to a lot of books about magic and potion mixing. I think I still recall my assistant's favorite recipe. Oh, we got a new recipe as well. Do you store it under your hat? Of course. Where else would I keep it? Fair enough. Thank you for the recipe. Innkeeper, thank you for being such a patient and pleasant host. I shall be on my way then, with Fable. But I'll be back, should I not crumble into a pile of bones from one day to the next. Let's hope not. I won't. I'm just joking around. I hope I wouldn't want to be responsible for that. Anyway, Innkeeper, thank you so much. You were still the highlight of my day, no matter how dark the night. Oh, they're so precious. Yeah, like, I will say Scully has got, like, that Don Dimmadome level of hat. Okay, I'm kind of half expecting the next time we see him, his hat is, like, an extra, like, 3 inches higher until it eventually just goes out of frame. Dog Dimmadome with the Dimsdale Dimmadome. See you around. Let's go, Scully. No time to lose. Owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome? Yes, Dog Dimmadome, the owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome. Damn right! You got your cape back, baby! That I was able to witness such rarity in my lifetime! Immaculate! You would even get excited about a rusty nail. Of course I would. Such a splendid chemical process. Metals have a variety of chemical processes. Rust be my least favorite of them. Ruins a lot of hard work. Does it now? Yep, makes everything porous. Also, Rhea, you're still wearing the earrings. I see those. They suit you very well, sweetie. And Kyle, darling, you look resplendent. Oh. Kyle, Rhea, nice to see you both again. Likewise, dear innkeeper. How has your day been? Can't complain. Had some interesting customers today. Ah, like that one distinguished gentleman who crossed us on our way in. Distinguished, yeah. Gentleman, we don't know. A giant top hat doesn't make you a gentleman. What makes you a gentleman? Manners. He was quite polite, I recall. Greeted me with the tip of his hat. You find everyone polite, even your slime. But Mr. Slime is quite polite. His name is Mr. Slime. I love it. What a peculiar wall clock you have there. Oh yeah, Zephyr stole that from your wife? Please don't look at it too long and please don't let her know that it's stolen. Please. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. It looks just like the clock in Evelyn's living room. It reminds me of all the times I impatiently waited for her to come home after important meetings and banquets. Do you know if that is her clock by any chance? I think that might be a story for another time. Let's not worry about it for now, shall we? Okay. Say, Innkeep, have you read that letter yet? That'd be a story I'd love to hear right now. Not yet, no. I want to though. Innkeeper, can you read the letter soon, please? I want to know what's in it! Tragic. I've always loved writing letters. Also, I just have so much fun doing Kyle's voice. Can I please be cast in a role where I just get to do a campy Dracula accent just the whole way through? Because it is genuinely a delight to just speak in that cadence and use that accent. It's just so much fun. I love being a voice actor. Innkeep, you got a drink for me? Something that'll make me tougher. So I can get through today's babbling. Of course. Okay, I think we've got one that is really good for defense, actually. Oh, first snow! Oh, that might be perfect for you. Like, Thousand Winds is good, but that's more for, like, charisma. First snow, like the sun reflecting off of a frozen lake, the first snow makes you feel comfortable and safe, embracing you in its frosty taste. In between hot chocolate and frozen glaciers, you'll find yourself well equipped to hike into the snowy mountains. Yes, and it's mostly focused on defense, so let's go with that. Oh, I know what you're doing, Scarlet. Steph, random question. Would you rather be a human, half-elf, or full-elf? I usually pick half-elf if we're talking like D&D characters. I usually pick half-elf. I think that's probably the best pick for me. Oh, Weaver, thank you so very much for this particular Pick My Voice, for requesting that I get to do the over-the-top Dracula / kind of Eastern European accent, but it's got that extra vampiric charm to it, so thank you so very much, Weaver. Half-elf it is, glad to hear it, Scarlet. I have an idea of what you're doing, but I cannot wait to see results, yes? Alright, let's get this potion made, shall we? Bloop. 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 And a little bit of charisma. And a little bit of swiftness. Huh. That, I think, requires... Something's not right. What are we not doing? Andu, I've got a little treat for you. Let's try that again. Who's a good baby? Oh, I think it's because we need to add a little bit of that as well in order to get the extra boost. Because that is correct, but we... need that, and then more swiftness. There we go. That's correct. Okay. Who's a good darling? Oh, we love you, Andu. Now that's what I'm talking about. A gift from the great dragon. A gift of the great dragons. Well, okay, I'll give the innkeeper the Kyle's voice as well for now. Well, thank you. I gave it my best. Can taste that. I feel sturdier already. I've had me doubts about ye and Keep, but I must say, you know your job. So, how has the day been for you two? The usual. Splendid! It was my first day in centuries out under the rays of the sun. Oh, that's right, we got the sunscreen for you. And how do you like it? It's brighter than I thought. The light of the sun, I mean. Rhea and I took a day trip to the capital, since I rarely get to see it full of daily life. There were so many people. Too many. Just the right amount for a city. It was so vivid, it almost made me feel alive. And everyone was able to admire my beautiful cape. Is that the cape? The cape of invisibility? It absolutely is! How curious. Does that mean you two are going to Borovia now? Huh? Why would we want to go there? That was the deal. I helped you get your cape, so you can attend that fancy Borovian vampire banquet and I get me gold's worth. Alright. Weaver, I would be more than happy to do that. One egg! Two guests at the tavern! Count Von Count is an icon of vampiric legend, and I will not hear otherwise. Oh, but I got that invitation about 500 years ago. Didn't I mention that? Kyle, probably should have mentioned that. No. What about me material then? Well, I can give you the gold right now if you want. Can you accompany me a while longer though? Fine. Oh, wonderful! Every second I spend with you brings me tremendous joy. What a great day to be a vampire. I've got my cape back, and I can walk under the sun like mortals do. Say, innkeeper, what if you thought of a new drink? One that would taste just as incredible as the gentle and welcoming beams of sunlight feel on your skin. That's kind of a vague description, but I think I might have something in mind already. Ah, wonderful! Oh, and we've got a new cocktail. Yes, yes, yes! I wonder if my dear Evelyn would desire to walk in sunlight as well. Do you know how she is doing? Do you think I could pay her a visit? You shouldn't. I should! The air smells like reconciliation! Kyle, you wear your heart on your sleeve, but your sleeve has a slime, so I don't know how well that would go for you. Do you think that's a good idea? It ain't. It is! Kyle, you've stolen your cape. Do you think she'll greet you with open arms? You know what I'd do if my ex-husband stole my hammer? What? Take it and smash all the odds, dear. No one takes what's mine. But the cape is mine. Is she of the same opinion, you think? Oh. Don't make Pookie sad! It makes my heart hurt when Pookie is sad! Cause he's so baby girl, I love him. Maybe you're right. It would be a shame to lose my cape again. All she'd have to do is ask, oh, my undead Evelyn. There has never been a wish of hers I turned down. And I wouldn't to this day. I don't want to have whatever you have with her. I'd lose my mind. Well, yeah, I know. Oh, how much I miss her. My heart is aching. That's all. Maybe one day she'll reach out to me. I still miss her dearly. And I shall miss her even more, looking towards the mountain's peak, knowing she's merely a grasp away. Maybe a drink would help for now. Okay, we come to the end of that Pick My Voice. I'm gonna keep doing the voice for Kyle, but thank you so much, Weaver, for that request. It is just a wonderful accent to do, and I love to perform it. Oh, we got more information about Kyle. Okay, we'll look at that in a second. Oh, would you do that? A drink for me? Of course. Okay, I need to stop doing that voice. Something strong, please, dear innkeeper, so that my heart may stop aching soon. Okay. We might give you the Sailor's one then. Sailor's Courage. Yes! The Sailor's Courage gives even the driest landlubber the qualities of a good sailor. A lot of strength, a dash of defense, a shot of charisma, and the inability to know fear. A perfect all-rounder. Well, almost. Who needs common sense anyway? Spinach not included. Okay. Okay, this feels like one we need to, like, set up with an infusion first as well. That gives... It might be the feathers? Although the pine cones also seem possible. Let's have a look. And a bit of charisma. No, that's a Southern Brawler. We want... No, that's... We don't want a Southern Brawler. Oh, it's more, quickness. There we go, Sailor's Courage. Okay. Oh, thank you for the hydrate check. Thank you, thank you. I can't mend your broken heart, but perhaps this helps? It does. Thank you, dear innkeeper. Also, that glass is so cool. Like, legit, it's so cool. It reminds me of one of the Jean-Paul Gaultier fragrance bottles, the masculine ones. Oh, absolutely. Why don't you tell the innkeep more about your day, Right. I suppose I wasn't done yet. Where was I? Your trip to the capital? Busy streets bustling with people? Roots. Roots? Roots. Yeah, the glass has got abs. It's like got a full six-pack and then like the bicep on the side. We admired the roots that enclose the city almost like a rampart. I finally had the chance to take a closer look. Quite fascinating. For once, gotta agree. Almost made me believe the myths are true. Myths? Myths. I told ye. Rumor has it these are the roots of the Aether Tree. Breaking through the surface and taking hold of Gaia where they guard the capital. Ooh, and we got a rumor unlocked. Ah yes, a very good defense plan indeed. What is wood going to do to protect a city? A city is protected with stone. Oh. I was never very involved in fortification efforts. I figured. Oh. Oh? We also met the lovely Seraph again! And it was a pleasure, darling! It was lovely meeting you too, Kyle. I know, chat, you jealous? He met me, we shook hands, we hung out, we spent the day together. I'm sure he's referring to, I can't remember her name, but the Dragon Priestess, maybe? Unless they're referring to a different seraph. Yes, how our investigation's coming along. Yes, he's referring to the Draconic Cleric. Like, she's Draconic in the sense that she, I think, serves a Draconic god? I need to check her bio again, but she herself is a seraph. How are her investigations coming along? Very well. She seems eager and determined. A detective spirit. Believe the last made her way to Darwell. She seems to be onto something. I can't wait to hear the story when she returns. Likewise. Say, Rhea, can we go to town and check out the antiques dealer? Oi, why? I want to see if I can find any keepsakes from the old times. Very well then, but you won't munch on the shopkeep, will you? Of course not. I'm well satiated from the innkeeper's creation. Alright then, let's go. Goodbye, innkeep. Enjoy your shopping spree. Chat. Looking so funny. Oh, they're so pretty. And they have doggies. Oh my god, yes. Well met, adventurer. Do my eyes deceive me? Minthy? In the flesh? Hello, darling innkeeper. It's good to see you again. It wouldn't surprise me if, because I think this game was kickstarted or Indiegogo'd, so it wouldn't surprise me if maybe there's a couple of adventurers who are like really high supporters and then they're included in the game maybe. I know there's, if you can see to the side the wanted poster, they rotate throughout the game, so I think that may have been one of the other reward tiers. It wouldn't surprise me if Minthy's also either another reference to Backer as well. Hello, darling innkeeper. It's good to see you again. It certainly has been a while. I must be hitting that 15-year mark, right? It'll be 25 years soon, actually. Ah, you know how I am when it comes to keeping track of time spans longer than a decade. I'm well aware. Good that you have me to drop in from time to time to remind you, I couldn't be more grateful. Especially when you bring Casket and Cane. Those are some of the coolest dog names ever. Yes, Casket and Cane. Fuck yes. Do cute service beasts still get a discount here? Always. So, what's brought you back to the area? It's not your usual haunt. No, I generally prefer something more moist. Huh, not the word I'd have used. But something akin to that. It's decidedly too arid around these parts for my tastes. And here I thought I would get to at least enjoy the decent downpour. But no. The stuff that came pouring down was unique. That's one way to put it. Destructive is another, and possibly more accurate. But I'm glad to see that your tavern hasn't suffered the same fate as many of the streets and buildings I saw on my way here. Admittedly, the journey was already quite challenging to navigate with my wheelchair before. Oh, okay, so I've just slightly noticed, you guys might be able to notice this as well, just under the doggy's ear, you can see this little bit of grey. I think that's supposed to be maybe part of her mobility device. Oh, that's so cool! That's really, really cool. Also, she's just such a cool character, yes! Though the scenery has always been worth the struggle. But now, I'm afraid it wasn't possible to take in much enjoyment from the passing landscape. Not when I had to pay so much attention to not endanger myself and my sweet service beast. You've told me of your struggles with traveling before. I'm sorry to hear that recent events have made it worse. Oh, well, we're here now, aren't we? And I do have to say, using the primordial vortex as a way to skip your veranda stairs is a marvelous accessibility touch. Quite the impressive work, my friend. I'm glad to hear that my little spells are doing their job. I hope the cities will put similar care into rebuilding the streets. Flatter cobblestones would do wonders for many people like me. But believe it or not, I didn't come all this way to talk about the development of inclusivity in urban infrastructure. No, really? Shocking, right? I'm here on the hunt, one could say. What do you have your eyes on? Protection pearls. I've heard a few hushed whispers in my library. Folks say the pearls appear at the Lonesome Lagoon this time of year. Ah, those again. Good hunting then? Thank you. Though, while the pearls might be my main objective, I haven't decided to come to town with only a singular purpose. I need to ask you for something, innkeeper. A good drink? No. My manuscript, darling. What manuscript? I believe 25 years should have been enough time to proofread it, yes? Oh, do we forget about something? Ah, of course. I finished devouring the manuscript almost as soon as you gave it to me. It just took me a while to recall doing so, you see. Since it's been so long since I definitely got done with that. Lovely. I'm glad I have such a reliable old friend to proofread my work. Would you like a drink while I try to engage my brain cells and remember where I put it? If you're offering, I'd be pleased to accept. Perhaps something to refresh my mind after my journey. I'll do my best. Okie dokie Loki, what have we got? Why do we do a peak sunrise? It's a new drink that Kyle taught us, and it gives all the boost to the brain that she wants. The peak sunrise is a sweet drink that feels like standing on a tall mountain's peak. While this drink focuses on intelligence, adventurers may feel infused with the confidence and agility it takes to climb their favorite mountain range, unsurprisingly popular with climbers and boulderers. Yes. Oh, thank you. Let's see. I want something that improves intelligence. Okay, there we go. Fey crystals. And a little bit more swiftness. And charisma. Yes, peak sunrise. I thought very hard about making the perfect drink for you. Ah, I've missed this. Good to see your mixing skills haven't diminished one bit. Baldur's Gate. Oh, perfect. Also, if you notice with the glass, the slice of lime or lemon that's on the glass, it looks like the rising sun. And that's really, really cool. In fact, I think I might be coming up with an idea for a new story. Let me note this down real quick. Take your time. So, while I enjoy your mixology, no matter what you put in front of me, I'd enjoy it even more if you could recall the location of my very precious manuscript. You know, the one I lovingly worked away at for almost half a century whilst my library came to be? Certainly. It should be just below this pile. No, wait, I must have put it over there, actually. Alright, given this ongoing battle with your organizational habits, it might take you a bit longer to recover it. And I have some pearls to get to. So how about this? I'll return in about 7 days, and then I can tell you all about my pearl hunt in exchange for my manuscript. My proofread manuscript. That would be helpful. Good. It was nice seeing your weary face again, innkeeper. Likewise, Minthy. Have a safe and pearlful journey. Ha, I'll try. She was really cool. Hey, Mockingjay, how's it going? 7 days should be enough to read a manuscript, right? Yes, and we can make a new quest. Okay, Zoford's docks are a popular viewpoint for animals interested in a nighttime vista. Surely only a sea witch can be responsible for this. Lots of people in Zoford. There are a lot of people in Zoford. Someone is bound to know something about the missing familiars. What are they hiding? There is a slight unrest in Zoford. Rumor has it an archmage is looking for their familiar who went missing recently. New quest, a scandal in Zoford. The lively port of Zoford is known not only for its docks and also for its large community of mages. Lately there seems to be something mysterious going on there. The familiars of several archmages have gone missing and are nowhere to be found. But it's a big city, there must be someone who knows something. Could their disappearance be related to the tale of the sea witch who cursed Zoford's docks? We will have to find out. Ando. Feed the dragon. That felt like a really long day. We had a lot of people come and visit us. Act 2, Starlight Sonata, Chapter 9, Crossing the Threshold, 5th of the Astral Moon. Hi, Fable. Good morning, innkeeper. Could you please make me a drink? I need something to wake me up and help me feel agile again. Of course, Fable. Just a moment. Okay, something with a good amount of agility. I think the Swift Strike is the go-to for you, my friend. Oh, but before I get carried away, let's look at what information we picked up about Kyle. Okay, so we got a new paragraph about him. The curse of being a vampire is outliving pretty much everyone you'll ever meet, so it's not surprising that Kyle seems to fight with abandonment issues. Oh, baby. He has seen a few people die of old age after all. Nonetheless, he is still very attentive to others, perhaps to cherish the time he has left with them. Oh, I love him. I love him, Your Honor. He's so sweet. And yes, a scandal in Zoford. Oh, but let's take a look at this, because this is some new information. The Scie Plains. The eastern part of the Republic is full of impressive plains and prairies. It's connected to the western half by the Silver Pass, reaching across the southeast to the big harbour city of Zoford. The inner parts of the plains have only a few small villages and travellers' outposts, compared to the edge, which is full of petite towns and coastal cities. The plains have many fascinating fauna to speak of. Some animals are trained by locals, and some bigger ones are even used as mounts. Many people living in the prairie are mercenaries by trade. They offer armed escorts through the plains, assistance for inexperienced adventurers, and they have open partnership with several adventuring guilds. Rumor has it some mercenaries are even bounty hunters. Interesting. That's the quest we put together. Zoford. Situated majestically within the eastern end of Feozer, Zoford thrives as an impressive harbour city. It boasts the biggest port in the entire Republic, putting even Dirian ports to shame. Behind this port lies Lake Zoford, a beautiful sanctuary connected to a wide open river that flows into the Promising Bay, as the locals like to call it. Zoford is a trade hub between the Republic of Feozer and the nation Velos in the far east, and is quite popular around wizards and other mages. Dimsdale. On the eastern side of the Scie Plains lies Dimsdale, a vibrant hub where commerce is combined with textile craftsmanship. When merchants come through the Silver Pass from the western part of the nation across the Scie Plains, Dimsdale is usually the first stop before moving on towards Zoford. Dimsdale is well protected by local Scion mercenaries, making sure even hectic days run smoothly. There's a special peacekeeping mercenary team called Abex Group in contact with the authorities in Zoford. The name comes from their founder, Abak, who helped clear the main roads for travellers for years to ensure safe travels. Gravelmac. The Gravelmac Mountains look like very sharp, pointy rocks jutting out of the ground like spears being thrust into the earth. The mountains mark the northern edge of the Scie Plains and block the way further north into the Forbidden Valley like a natural gate. The Gravelmac lies completely barren and desolate, lifeless and silent. No flora can be seen upon rocks, no fauna moving across its terrain. Despite all this, some may find the Gravelmac tranquil, not terrifying, but instead rather calm and relaxing in its own eerie way. Silver Pass. The Silver Pass is the most important road in the entire Republic. It connects the western and eastern halves via a path traveling straight through the Dulvermer mountain range. The Silver Pass is the best and only reliable way to connect both sides of the continent, which is why the Republic spares no expense to ensure the pass is as secure as possible. Nearby, deeper into the Dulvermer mountains, lies the Scarlet Caves, which are so dangerous that only mining experts like dwarves are permitted to enter. Interesting. So much lore! Okay, but a swift strike for Fable. And intelligence. And defense. Yay! Thank you. I feel much better already. Long night? Very. Turns out there are a lot of farmers who needed help. Regret offering it? Not at all. I really enjoy being able to help people. Before I just used to wish I could help, but I never felt competent enough to try. It's fun to try. A bit exhausting at times, but I think I much prefer this over waiting around. I still could use a bit more practice though. That's fair. Just make sure you also practice taking breaks. I need to practice that. You'll have a much easier time helping other people if you're not close to passing out yourself. That's what I have your drinks for. My drinks are not a gateway to burnout. I admire your kindness, Fable, but you too should fall under the umbrella of people you're being kind to. I mean, I'm pretty good at falling. You're pretty good at a lot of things. I try. I know. Stay and have a rest now, okay? Okay. Thank you. Hello, you. Oh, you're giving bard vibes. I like you. Good day to you, innkeeper. Good day to you too, adventurer. Yes, an adventurer. That is what I am indeed. I come here seeking a drink. What a coincidence. I do happen to have some of those in stock. What can I get you? What kind of drinks do adventurers usually get? Whatever drink they desire. Then, well, I could do with something that tastes good. Of course. Perhaps something that could protect me from my foes. Defense is the base of every adventurer's skill set, is it not? Possibly. Let's try it out. Something heavy with defense. It's Volo. He's kind of giving Volo vibes, isn't he? Okay, something with a lot of defense. First Snow has a lot of defense. Frosted Lagoon also has a lot of defense. We just did a First Snow. Why don't we give a Frosted Lagoon, maybe? Okay, I'll see if I can give him a Volo voice, but I'm worried that's going to come out a little too close to Skelly's. I'll give it a try, though. Okay, yes, it's Frosted Lagoon. Okay. Liquid protection against your foes, now for half the price. Thank you so very kindly. But I'll make him sound a bit younger. More of a teenager. Do you like it? Well, yes, of course. Then you should say so. I apologize. I forgot to do the thing where you say your words out loud. I get that. Now that you've acquired a drink, care to introduce yourself? How incredibly rude of me to forget. I am Gustav Archibald Richmond III, son of Lord Gustav Albert Richmond II and Lady Dorothea Bridger the 27th. I got that in one take. An up-and-coming hero from Windmore. And who might you be? The up-and-coming innkeeper of Zenith. Happy to have you here. I don't think anyone's ever requested me to do that voice. Thank you, Lord Azul, for requesting. Hey, Stephanie, would you be so kind as to grace us with Contessa Marzi Cordelia von Trapp? Nya nya. I would be more than happy to channel some marzipan into this. She is such a little brat. I'd be more than happy to do that. And I'm Fable of the Ashen Grove. You're Fable? Yes? Is that a bad thing? The Fable that saved Trakerin from werewolves? The very same. Wow, what an incredible pleasure it is to meet you. I've heard so many things about you. Oh, good things, I hope. Of course. They said you single-handedly persuaded the werewolf to give up his wicked ways and reunite a family. That's one way to put it for sure. They do have a way with words. Incredible. A true hero indeed. They spoke of you helping with the aftershocks of the Starfall as well. I mean, that's a given. I need to help out when I can. You truly have the heart of a folk hero. How admirable. What about you, Lord Gustav Archibald Richmond III? What are you the hero of? Well, I'm currently leaving my backstory era. I'm in the first act, so to speak, on my journey of becoming a full-blown adventurer. I had a bit of a late start, but I shall catch up with haste. Also, Archie is just fine. You don't have to say the whole thing every time. Well, Archie, if it's haste you're looking for, I can help with that. Someone gifted me some golden feathers a few days ago. Prepared as an infusion for the right drink, they can hasten you up in no time. Really? That's spectacular! I always thought those things were myths or legends you only read about in books. Do you read a lot? Ah, you know, sometimes not that much. You should. You sound like someone who enjoys adventure, and books are so full of them. Excuse me. They are. I'm just too cool for books. Books are cool. You think so? Yes, I do. I mean, look at the Innkeeper's Journal. It's super cool. The coolest. Oh, well, actually, maybe I do read quite a bit. I'm sorry for being so weird about it. Is Marzipan the blue Rose's Garfield? She kind of is. She's a brat, and Garfield definitely carries that brat energy. Don't worry, we're all a little weird sometimes. But what kind of books do you like? Anything full of adventure and heroes and adventuring heroes. They're just like me. Obviously, my parents would much prefer if I read about other things, such as books on etiquette or the newspaper. I'm sure they would love it if I wrote a dissertation on the intricacies of Dirya negotiations, or even became a diplomat myself. But I think I would fare much better as a savior of this world. Don't you think? The Dirya negotiations? I'm unfamiliar. It's all terribly boring, really. They're renegotiating trade routes due to the collapse of a canal bridge that was hit by a horde of spinner rhinoceroses. It's not going all that well, because they can't agree on who should pay for the repairs, the mainland or Dirya itself. Just thinking about it puts me to sleep. Ooh, another rumor. Then perhaps we should get back to more exciting topics. How you plan to start off on your hero's journey? By doing something heroic, of course. What's something heroic I could do? You could start by helping the local farmers. They're still rebuilding their homes and relocating their cattle as we speak. Great idea! How much gold should I give them? Gold? I mean... I'm sure they wouldn't mind gold, but I was thinking about lending them a hand. You know, physically. Your literal hands. Ah, okay. So I would go to the farmers and ask what they need help with. Of course, of course. That sounds... I shall figure it out. Thank you for the inspiration, Fable. It's been an honor meeting you. I hope we shall cross paths again. Till my next quest, innkeeper. Till then. Okay, we come to the end of that Pick My Voice. I think it kind of became a bit muddled between Marzipan and Volo's kind of accent a little bit, but I hope you still enjoyed it, Lord Azul. That was adorable. Weird. Not because of him, he heard about me? Being a hero? Yes, he did, Fable. Because you worked hard and you deserve it. That doesn't sound right. But you are a hero. Not really. I didn't even do that much yet. Not enough to be inspiring to anyone anyway. There are much greater heroes than me out there. He wasn't impressed by other heroes. He was impressed by you. That's nice. Why don't we have a look at the information about our guest? Oh, we've got another rumor we can put into a quest. Okay, got so many individual pieces. We need more pieces. Archie. Gustav Archibald Richmond III. They're human. 24. He, him. Swashbuckler. They're from Winmore. Neutral good. Their arcana is the Hermit. Interesting. I wasn't expecting the Hermit from them. I draw the Hermit a lot when I'm reading the tarot for my own personal readings. Thank you for the stretch check, Sam. Ooh. Doing my own little hydrate check. Alrighty. That's nice. You don't sound very happy about it. I am. It's really flattering, but I just don't think I did enough to deserve this praise. I'm just some elf. It's not for you to decide who's impressed by you and who isn't. I'm personally going to keep bragging about knowing Fable, the great hero of the Ashen Grove and savior of Traegerin. Alright, I get it. Thank you, Innkeep. I'll try better to accept compliments. Good. Hi! Yes! Hello, babies!
Hello, Innkeeper. Hello, Fable.
Hello, Melly. And hello, Malachite. It's good to see you both again.
Likewise. Right, Mel?
Can I offer you two a drink?
Actually, you can offer us a quest.
Are you talking about the one you just picked up by any chance?
Your incredible deduction skills strike again. I'm only trying to match wits.
Oh, sorry, I'm only trying to match wits here. So you're interested in saving those poor familiars?
I am. Missing familiars, silent wizards, clues leading to a seemingly dead end. It sounds like a case for the world's greatest detective. And her sneaky assistant.
They do sound like a great team. They're not a team. Malachite, you're a part of this. Come on, join the group hug. Join the group hug, Malachite. Your voice for Melly is perfect. I love doing Melly's voice. It's so cute. But they are going on a quest together. They are not. Then why are you here? She didn't want to come alone. She can't and said she can't reach the quest board. And I needed a drink anyway. So you're sending Melly on a quest? Alone? As is customary. That's how the Shadowbanes have always handled it. I will say, like, I'll play along with it. It's an honor tradition. Just because it's tradition doesn't mean it's good. Also, Melly should be fine to find some lost familiars. They'll be fine. It actually sounds kind of ridiculous and really dangerous.
You're not coming with me?
No.
Why not?
I just explained that. You made the baby cry! Malachite apologized for making the baby cry! Badly.
But you have to come with me.
Why?
It's clearly a job for 2 people.
There's no job that can't be done alone.
What if I need someone to sneak into the crime scene to gather evidence?
Didn't you want to go on this quest to test your stealth training?
What if I get nervous? What if I forget how to be stealthy? Or what if none of the familiars want to talk to me?
I don't know, Melina.
And what if I come back and you've been eaten by a T-Rex?
Who cares?
I do!
Hang on, let me just check the wording. It's Zofut is where the... Yes, okay. Rather than like saying it outright, the T-Rex threat is much lower in Zofut. If the monsters finally catch up to me, that's how it's meant to end.
I think you should run away from the monsters, not towards them.
That would depend on your choice of lifestyle.
Well, your lifestyle should include going to Zofut with me.
Listen, Melina, even if I wanted to come with you, I couldn't. I've got obligations, things to do.
You're a thief. You don't have fixed working hours. You don't have any other friends waiting around for you.
Maybe not, but I do have a sheepfish to take care of.
You have a sheepfish?
I do. His name is Rufus, and he doesn't do well alone. Malachite, respectfully, I understand wanting to take care of a pet if that's not a terrible lie, that you actually have a pet. But you can still go to Zofut with Melly. Plus, he needs to be fed, and to do his daily crossword puzzles. Otherwise, his wool will get strawy.
Oh, well, you're right. You can't just leave Rufus alone. He'll get lonely.
Yeah. I could take care of Rufus. Thank you, Fable. What? Well, I live nearby, and I'm very good with animals, and pretty decent at crossword puzzles. That sounds like an excellent idea! What if Rufus doesn't like you? He will. Certainly after one of Fable's famous lullabies. You sing? Sometimes. Maybe you can sing a song about how Mal and Rufus got eaten by a T-Rex while the familiars booed me out of town. No, wait, that's Melly. I'll read that in her voice.
Maybe you can sing a song about how Mal and Rufus got eaten by a T-Rex while the familiars booed me out of town.
I think I'd prefer a song about you and Malachite saving those familiars instead. Right, Mal? Fine, but just this once. See it as a final exam for your training.
Yay, that sounds fun.
Wonderful. So, do you two need any help on your quest? Don't know. What do you think, Detective?
Well, it's great that you would ask, mighty assistant.
Please don't call me that. You're going with Melly on her quest. You're going with Melly on her quest.
Okay, mighty Mal then.
No.
How about
John? God damn it. Sure.
So, John, thanks for asking. I've studied the quest given to us closely, and I've come to the conclusion that there is only one option. This is a classic case of finding the right clues sprinkled throughout the witnesses' testimonies and piecing them together correctly. The townsfolk, the wizards, the familiars, they'll all have different, conflicting information, and we'll need to collect and untangle it all to see the whole picture. But to achieve that, we need to be charismatic enough to get the truth out of them. And for those who still refuse to talk to us, out of guilt or fear, we'll need to activate our stealth powers, find those hidden clues ourselves. Also, we should be quick so they can't destroy any evidence.
I can offer you some of your golden feathers. They do come with a sweet aftertaste of haste. That way you should be able to make it to Zoford much quicker.
Great idea.
I think you underestimate the severity of the situation. What do you suggest instead, John? I fucking love how the tag for their name changes depending on whatever fake name they decide to give us. It's just little details like that that just make me love this game so much. I agree with the stealth part. We could use a hint of dexterity to make sure we remain unseen for as long as possible. But I do believe our focus should be on overpowering whoever is responsible for this. And then making familiars disappear. They won't be interested in a discussion. Not a fair one, at least. We should fight first, ask questions later. I guess you got bored of the stealthy approach? Different problems require different solutions. If you're itching for a fight, may I recommend fresh phoenix chilies? Some fire resistance could be a big advantage against wizards or familiars. Whether a fireball or fire breath, you wouldn't want to walk in unprepared.
Does Andu have fire breath?
Technically yes, but he's usually too lazy to use it. It helps a bunch with roasting marshmallows though. Our beautiful fat dragon, I love him.
I'd love to try Andu's marshmallows.
I'll see if I can set something up when you return.
Thank you. I think some s'mores could also help convince those familiars to help us.
That's ridiculous. A dagger would be far more convincing. I think both could work. Innkeeper, what do you think? They definitely need a little bit of dexterity for sneaking around, but what should they pair it with? Haste for quick arrival and charisma for smooth talking, or pure strength and some fire resistance? I think haste and charisma feels like the best option because, come on, Melly has melted all of our hearts. They have oodles of charisma. If they have more charisma, they'll be unstoppable. Let me think about it. Baby. Okay, so charisma and swiftness with the infusion of haste. Okay, I think then 1,000 Winds might be the best option. Swept up in the 1,000 Winds, you become as charming and elusive as their elemental messengers. Somehow that feels exactly like resting on a tropical island, enjoying a refreshing drink with pleasant company. Its airy swells are perfect for avoiding unwanted questions. Yes, that feels right. And the infusion was for haste. Yes, it was the golden feather. And plenty of charisma. There we go, 1,000 Winds. God, I haven't had s'mores in ages. It's so good though. Just need to adjust my back. Alright, order up. I think this case needs a delicate hand. The best detective work is achieved through clever conversation.
Ha! You're spot on.
Guess this is how I die. Don't be so pessimistic. My drinks have your back. Do you think you're prepared to solve this case, detective?
Yes, With your help, we'll complete this quest with haste. We'll be back soon.
Best of snooping. Oh, I can't wait to see how that works out for them. I should go with them to pick up that sheepfish before they disappear into the night. Don't forget to sing him a lullaby. Rufus or John? Rufus. Right, obviously. I'm gonna go now. Fable? Do you like, John, formerly known as Malachite, formerly known as Zephyr? That's cute. Okay. That's very cute. Have fun, Fable. Hello, you again. Chrissy, innkeeper. Chrissy, glad to see you're all right. Likewise, good to see you and the tavern are unharmed. It's quite the disaster out there. And I'm just passing through. Don't have time to stay for long. Need to check out on the cottage and the birds and Fable. I'm sure everything is as it was. The canopies of the grove are sturdy after all. Which is why I chose to make it my home. That and the landscape. I hope your trip was nice at least. Oh, it was. It felt good to recharge and refill the creative juices. We walked a lot, actually. Almost mapped out the whole island. We also hiked to the foot of the Borean Ridge, where the auroras touched the peaks. I heard the view was quite remarkable. It was. I'd never seen anything like it before. It was the first time I got to catch a glimpse of them. I also caught a glimpse of the infamous Banshee. Everyone told us to avoid the lonely lagoon because of her, but it's too beautiful to ignore. I doubt the Banshee means any harm. Everyone yearns for a friend after all, even scary creatures. It gets lonely as a monster sometimes. Everyone is scared of you. People shouldn't be. No one can choose who they're born as. We should accept them as they are. I have a few patrons who'd really appreciate hearing that. Then I'd be happy to meet them. Speaking of which, I got you something. Oh? Remember the nymphs from when we last spoke? Yes, that's right. I do. I met one at the art convention. She was selling little homemade trinkets. I remembered our conversation and got you this. Oh, pretty! Oh, it fits so nice in my cabinet. I thought you might appreciate it. I do, thank you. It'll certainly always have a special place in my heart, knowing it came from you. Oh, you're such a sweet talker, but you can't trick me into giving you my name. What would I want with names? Nothing good, that's for sure. But for realsies, I have to leave now. I've been gone for too long. See you around, Eden Keep. See you around, Chrissy. Take care of yourself. Always. Oh. We've got so many cool trinkets from everyone's adventures. Swamp Witch. Oh. Oh, I kind of want to give them an old Greg voice. I'm old Greg. I'm old Greg. You ever drank Bailey's from a shoe? Baya, good to see you again. It's been a while. Yes, a while. A while. 6,000 years. More like 2 months. Oh, I thought I had hibernated longer. You hibernated? At this time of year? It was for the Bloomtide Festival. It happened near my swamp every year during the Dreaming Moon. Druids and bards joined together in search of the moon pools for 2 whole weeks. It's Marguerite from Resident Evil 7. They dance, they laugh, they scatter pretty little flowers everywhere. They hope if they can satiate the lands, it will lead them to the reflection of the cosmos. You mean the set of mythical lakes that's said to reflect all of the 7 moons at once? Yes. Ever since the Twilight Chasm portal opened up within them, a mere 30 years ago, travelers have become increasingly obsessed with bathing in their beauty. Such festivities sound exciting. No. They are loud with their songs and their arguing about getting lost in the endless maze of the marshes. And they walk around with torches of burning ember that they swing too close to my precious vines. Why would you bring fire into a swamp? Yeah, with the long, like, pond weeds and everything, she does kind of remind me of Sadako as well. It is a little rude. Exactly. Oh, I will say, when her eye, like, brightens up with the red pupil, that's creepy. That's very cool and creepy. You know, I tried to join them one time. Their dainty flowers intrigued me, and I snuck up to them, dressed in my prettiest poison ivy adorned with thorns of the undying trees. And you know what they did? What? They chased me away with their fiery brooms, chanting "Demon be gone" from the top of their tiny lungs. Oh, spooky face and little skeleton head. Oh, I love her. So now I hibernate every dreaming moon. That way I don't have to listen to their jolly tunes. They're trying to share some peace and love. Maybe you should give them another chance. Come on. Very few Gaians are familiar with the creatures of the bogs. Only with the stories about their bone-crushing teeth. What's wrong with bone-crushing teeth? They think you might want to crush their bones with them. Also, water is wet. But that would be so rude. They don't think that way. But I think if they got to know you, they'd like you a lot. After all, you make the best flower crowns in all of Gaia. Maybe even all of Asteria. They sound perfect for a festival. You might be right. Maybe I'll greet them with some flower crowns next year. Oh, they're cute when they're happy. I could even open up a seasonal flower crown store. You ever drunk Bailey's from a shoe? I'd definitely buy one. Right now, I'm awake and thirsty. Do you have swamp water on the menu today? And I don't have Bailey's either. I'm all out, sorry. Too bad. Something else then. Hey, Nautical Menace, welcome back. How's it going? Oh, I know. Do you have any of those drinks that make you feel like an itsy bitsy spider? I want to feel fast and dangly. In fact, I still do. Give me one moment. Fast and dangly? Dangly is an interesting choice of words. What do we know about this character? Via, they're a bog creature. They're 555. They're a druid from the Moon Swamp. Chaotic neutral. Their arcana is the lovers. Oh, I really want to get to know them better. I want to know everything about them. Oh, they're great. Oh, they're awesome. Okay, let's see. They want something swift and dangly. The only one that we have that is a lot of swiftness is the Swift Strike. So let's go with that. And intelligence, oops. A spider's agility in a cup, just for you. Oh, delicious. I Feel like I could scale any spider web and devour any fly. Thank you, innkeeper. What woke you up from your slumber, anyhow? The night sky fell into my dirt hut. It burned my favorite weeping willow to bits. I'm replanting it into many small sniffing willows. They are feasting upon the ashes of the stars that tried to extinguish them. It's a powerful nutrient. Sounds tasty. After the trees and winds and pillbugs calmed down, I had planned to go back to sleep. All that calamity made me feel awful tired. But when I tried to sleep, all I could focus on was this feeling spreading in my chest. Hoppin'? Loneliness. I thought I should get out there and advertise my new spa. You run a spa? Because only crickets were visiting and they aren't very good at marketing. You know, maybe if people visit me instead of me visiting them, they won't chase me off. So I went to where I knew people would use my services. The werewolf camp in the Ashen Grove. Oh, so you're close to them, are you? Interesting. I didn't want to intrude on their personal space, of course. So I just hung the coupons up on pieces of thin red string in the nearby canopies, together with some jolly little bells so that the wind would announce their presence. Like little spells that draw you towards the nearest mud masks. I hope they'll visit me sometime. I didn't know you opened a spa. It's new. I want to share my flowers and mud and pools with everyone, so we can all look beautiful together. That sounds wonderful, buyer. I agree. Can I leave some of my coupons here? Yes. Yes. Thank you. Please hand them out to all your customers. I will happily share this fantastic offer with them. Oh, they're so cute. You could also just come here more often and hand them out yourself. But there's no one else here. Except the jackdaw. Do you want a coupon, little creature? I will leave one in your nest. No one's here because it's almost closing time, buyer. You have to come by earlier, during the day or earlier in the evening, or during events. But there will be people there. You know what? Mood. Big mood. Like when you're extremely lonely and you want to connect with people or like advertise something that's important to you. But people, right? Yes, I believe that's the point. Too scary. I shall go now. Don't forget to hand out my coupons. Will do. Hey guys, go into the middle of the swamp. I have a friend and they need people to visit them. But Steph, we're people. I know you're people. But you guys love me. And you're excited to see me. Oh, Act 2, Starlight Sonata. Chapter 10, Twin Flames, 8th of the Astral Moon. Jade! Hey, innkeeper. Hello. It's been a while since I've seen you around. A whole week to be exact, and you already miss me? A little. Cute. I got my hands on a job, all the way over in Diria. Seemed like something relatively easy, but well paid. Or like something too good to be true. Not this time. Apparently the farmer just wanted it to be done quickly, so she offered a higher than average rate. Sounds like easy money. Yeah, I wish. You know, I think I could use a drink first. Something that'll bring back my usual speed and agility. It feels like this job drained me of all my energy. Only if I get to hear the rest of the story. Sounds like a good deal to me. Jade is always awesome. I love her. Boop. Baby. Okay, 1 swift strike in that case. Because, yeah, everything else, it's either partially swiftness or its strength lies in other things. Do. And then it's a little defense. And some smarts. Just Arranged, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Stephanie Swanquills. I'm a variety streamer, primarily focusing on horror and fantasy games. We're currently enjoying a Tavern talk. We're right into the thick of Act 2. It was very kindly gifted to me by Gentle Troll, which is wonderful. But thank you so much for joining us tonight, guys. Well, thank you so much for trusting me with your community, Just Arranged. I hope you guys had a great time. What were you playing? Chat, pull up some chairs to make our wonderful guests feel welcome. Oh, but if you got to head out, Just Arrange, that's totally cool as well if you've got things to do and enjoy the rest of your evening, day, wherever you are in the world. No worries, no worries. We were playing Hades 2. Oh, that's awesome. I'm waiting until the full game comes out so that then I can experience the story from like start to end. But I've heard nothing but incredible things about what's already in the early access. So I really hope you guys had a great time. Thank you so much for joining us. Oh, I always get so buzzed whenever people raid me, so thank you so much for joining us, Just Arranged, and all of your wonderful, wonderful watchers. I know, I think I'm going to regret playing it in early access, Lamau. You know what, that is completely valid. When you get to the end of early access, and you're just like, looking like, where's the rest of it? I need to finish the rest of it. That was very much me when I was playing Baldur's Gate 3 early access. And I stopped playing it for like 6 months before the full game came out, just so that I would then forget about as much of the game as possible, so that I could enjoy like the full release to the best of my abilities. And it was great. Although there was a lot of stuff in the early access that was a lot of fun too. Your drinks never disappoint. Glad to hear. I can definitely feel my senses coming back to me. I made you a drink. Now it's your turn. Tell me about your latest job. Fine. A deal's a deal. Told you the client's a farmer, right? She has a large flock of 2-headed sheep. Apparently that darn starfall damaged their barn and they somehow managed to break out of their enclosure. Didn't think they were that clever, honestly. Must be the 2 brains. Probably. Anyways, they got out right before their shearing appointment, and of course the farmer needed to get them back in time. Especially considering the rumors surrounding Diria at the moment. Seems to be a dangerous place nowadays. Apparently an unusual amount of cattle have been going missing these last few weeks. So local folks have been keeping a closer eye on their locks and fences. Ooh, we got another rumor. Awesome. But I couldn't wait. You know what, Just Arranged, that is completely valid as well. And I'm absolutely make the most of the early access and then come back to the full game and enjoy Hades 2 in all of its splendor when it comes out later this year. Of course, the farmer wanted her sheep to be safe, so she had someone to bring her animals back. That someone being you? Obviously. I thought to myself, I'm a monster hunter. Handling animals is basically my job. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for... Sorry, that's me. I'd say a monster hunter is rather known for, well, hunting instead of handling. That was exactly the issue. Do you know how stubborn 2-headed sheep are? Hey Andy, how's it going? We're playing Tavern Talk. It's a kind of visual novel, cozy game where it's mostly focused on mixing drinks for all of our wonderful guests that arrive at our wonderful tavern. Very much Dungeons & Dragons inspired, and the cast of characters is just fantastic and so much fun. Let me guess, they're twice as stubborn as 1-headed sheep. You got it. They're impossible to get moving, impossible to startle. One head might be eaten, and the other one is always watching you. But you did it, right? I suspect you wouldn't be here if you hadn't finished the job. You're absolutely correct. I was at my wit's end. Imagine having fought hundreds, if not thousands of beasts. And some sheep are the one enemy you can't win against. That sounds like an incredibly humbling experience. It was. But luckily I got some help. Another adventurer saw me struggling and offered her assistance and knowledge. Or should I say, a retired adventurer. Oh? Yeah, she was very insistent on that label. Some kind of astral finfolk. Must have lost her arm a while ago. Will we maybe get to meet her soon? Oh no. No, wait. Does the innkeeper know who she's talking about? Oh, interesting. Back to the sheep. She told me there's apparently one thing that gets their full attention. You got any guesses on what that magical tool might be? I have no... Oh, you're cool. Oh, you're badass. I like you.
Clovers. Morning dew clovers, to be precise. They go absolutely feral for them. A few will make them follow every single one of your commands. But someone with your experience should know that, innkeeper.
Do you two know each other? Barely.
Ha! Keep your secrets then, oh so mysterious innkeeper.
I wanted to buy her a drink after she helped me out back there. Didn't expect you two to be best friends, honestly.
Best friends?
I think you got that one wrong, Jade.
I've never befriended someone like her. I have taste.
Well, that was unnecessarily rude of you, Una. You didn't even consider my feelings.
Consider me sorry, innkeep.
Apology accepted.
Speaking of taste, what about your drinks? I know you've always liked experimenting with potions and other suspicious liquids. Looks like you finally made it, huh?
Indeed. I think I got the hang of it.
And what are you waiting for? Your old rival is waiting for a drink.
Oh, we're old rivals, are we? Okay.
Preferably one that will restore my energy. Those sheep made my old bones all wobbly and I don't like feeling so weak.
Got you. Also, you can't see it in this particular shot, but when you see the coat hanger that's on the far left-hand side of the screen, when you have like the full shot of the bar, there is a prosthetic hook, I think, or a spatula, and that might actually be Una's. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe Una is a character from the Innkeeper's past, but the Innkeeper keeps hold of that particular prosthesis. Either Una left it and they just haven't picked it up yet, or it's like a memento of something else.
Let's see what that old magic has to offer.
Don't worry, she may not look like it, but her drink's actually really good.
I bet.
I'll just take that as a compliment, I suppose. Okie dokie Loki. Something with strength. You know what? We gave a Sailor's Courage to Kyle recently. Let's give her a Southern Brawler. I haven't made one of those tonight yet. Bloop. 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 There we go.
Oh, wow.
Impressed?
Don't get cocky now.
You don't have to be shy, you can just admit I've improved. So, Una, Jay told me you're retired now. Had enough of the adventuring business? If you're bartending, Steph, can you make me an amaretto sour, please? Oh, I do like an amaretto sour. I don't know how to make them, though. Absolutely. I don't want to have anything to do with that anymore. I've completed enough quests for at least 2 lifetimes. And yet you decide to help Jade. Ever had to handle a 2-headed sheep? Not yet. Lucky you. Lucky indeed. I just couldn't watch us struggle with those stubborn beasts any longer. This was a one-time exception. Did the farmer pay accordingly after your morning dew clover's magic trick? Oh, absolutely. She was so happily she gratefully paid both of us. That's good to hear. She even tipped us with some gems she supposedly found in one of her fields. But I'm a Mida. Sorry. Okay, maybe that's part of her history. But I'm a Mida. I don't have any use for stones like those. And since I'm retired, I couldn't care less about material riches. So we figured we'd give them to you instead. But I wouldn't tell that pretentious blonde dragon priestess if I were you. Feels like a blasphemous gift. Oh, we got another infusion. Nice. Oh, divine gems. A little blasphemous indeed. I think I know just the right way to use them. Thank you. Don't mention it. Now that we're done here, I can finally go back to crocheting for the rest of my life. It's a crochet hook. That little hook at the end of her prosthetic, that's for crochet. Oh my god, yes. Yes and yes. I love me a Long Island iced tea myself, and I have to make them half strength. That's completely valid, Lord Azul. Shirley Templar for my friend Desmond, and a Bloody Mary for me. I'll pay for both of us. I haven't had a Bloody Mary in a really long time. I like tropical drinks as well, especially if you like drinking them at a tiki bar. Zombies are pretty good cocktails, but they are very potent. Usually if I go to a bar, I'll order an old-fashioned. It depends what time of day it is. If I'm like having a drink either before or after dinner, then I'll usually go with an old-fashioned because I like whiskey cocktails. If it's more summery, then I'll usually go with a gin and tonic. Keep it nice and easy. Didn't get this hook put in for nothing. Of course, I occasionally gotta rip some youngsters off while playing cards. Haven't lost a game in at least 4 decades. That's remarkable. Or impossible, for someone who's only playing fair. I think your lucky streak will end with me today. I've also never lost a game in at least a decade. Are you challenging me to a duel? Absolutely. And whoever loses has to pay for the next round of drinks. That's the spirit. I like you, bounty hunter. But don't come crying to me after I annihilate you. I wonder if I can get a zombie when I'm in Cuba. Possibly. Excuse me. I would like a blue Hawaii cocktail, please, Steph. Oh, I'm not familiar with a blue Hawaii. I haven't tried that one before. There's this amazing pub near me called The Pub that makes them. They have amazing food. It's a gourmet restaurant, more a gourmet restaurant than an actual pub. Been around since before my birth. Oh, that's awesome. I love places that just do good food, good drinks, and just really good atmosphere. You wish. I would say don't underestimate Una, especially for old rivals. I have a feeling she kicked my ass plenty of times, so Jade, be on guard. You're worried about me? Cute. I just know for a fact that Una is a master at cheating. I doubt that's changed. So you're saying you've lost against her? More than once, yes. Pathetic. Hey, are you talking about me? Listen, Innkeep, if your opponent is obviously cheating like she was, you can't beat them fair and square. You gotta beat them at cheating. Now watch how a real master does it. Yes, you saw a little bit of it there. The prosthetic on the far side of the screen. Oh, he's Australian. He's Australian! Oh my god, yes! Okay! 1 second, I need to just hydrate for this shit. I'll get to you in a second. I want to read about Una. Okay, what did we actually learn more about Vaya? Vaya is an ancient swamp creature I've known for a long time. She is a very sweet soul, but other people tend to find her terrifying, even attacking her. They love spiders and opened a swamp spa a while ago. Sadly, she hasn't got a lot of visitors yet. Una. Una Indai. She's Finfolk, 68, she, her. She's an arcane engineer from the Astral Sea, neutral good. Her arcana is the Empress. Very befitting, given her sort of energy. Oh my god, he's adorable. He's so cute, isn't he? I'm already picking up himbo energy from him, which is great. I've been rivals with Una long before this story even began. She was an adventurer back then, but is retired now. Even put a crochet hook onto the stump of her arm. But there are things about her that'll never change. I'm pretty sure she'll never stop stacking the deck, for example. Oh, and we've got another piece of Aruma. Nice. Okay, slowly that's coming together. Gonna real lay in thick with the Aussie accent. G'day? I've returned, innkeeper. Welcome back, Miss Anwar. And welcome... This brave adventurer's name is Claymore. Of course it fucking is! He offered unexpected support during my quest. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much on behalf of... the world. Yes, of course, the world, Mr. Clay. You don't need to do the whole Mr. thing. Just Clay is alright with me. Otherwise, it sounds too formal, like talking to one of those graph people. Oh, you wouldn't want to be one of those. Clay it is, then. Can I offer you both a drink in exchange for the story of how you two met? Let me just smoosh his cheeks. Look at that grin. Exactly. Look at his beautiful sculpted face. I would smoosh his adorable face of his. That'll be a fun trade, right, Tia? I think I would welcome it as well. He calls her Tia! Then what can I get you? Clay, please go ahead. Oh my. Got a lot of stuff on the menu. Also, why is your pauldron twitching? How about one of those drinks with ingredients? You look strong. How about something extra for those muscles? That sounds nice. Let's go with that. 1 minute. Oh, something strong. Didn't expect to hear Steph's full Aussie accent today, and that's an awesome thing. Like, because my Australian accent, it picks up a little bit when I'm just speaking naturally, but I can really lay it on thick depending on the role in mind. Because a lot of the character voices I get requested that do require a really thick Aussie accent, I lean into this a lot more. It is like much more pronounced, and I sound like a character from fucking Mad Max. Alrighty, let's get you something special here, mate. Okay, I think we did a Southern Brawler recently, so let's go with Sailor's Courage, I think. Yeah, something nice and strong. A little bit of extra oomph. So what was it that we have to add to it? Oh, I'm not going to add those crystals because that might get someone a little upset. I think it was a chili. And some charisma. And a swiftness. There we go, Sailor's Courage. Try this. I think it might knock your socks off. This tastes strong and magic-y, but my socks are still on. Still, I love it. I'll have to remember this one for next time. What is it called? Don't worry, I'll remember it for you. Okay, that'll also be easy to remember because it's strong. Strong, like he is. Thank you. Now, Miss Anwar, what would you like? I need some of that liquid vigilance. Even in here, it's important to stay on guard. Wouldn't this be the right time to relax? This game has been a great way to show off Steph's range as a voice actor. So much fun to watch. Oh, that really means a lot, King Deadlock. Thank you. Oh, Just Arranged, thank you so much for the subscription. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the subscription and for the raid. You're amazing. And thank you so much for sticking around. Hello, I'm back, and you are most welcome back. Thank you so much for the subscription. Thank you. There is no such time. Alright, then I shall aid you on the divine mission of not falling asleep standing. And I will say, like, this game, because when you have multiple characters talking at once, as well as the innkeeper, I absolutely agree. It is fantastic practice for me as a voice actor, because I need to switch between the accents really, really quickly, and I'm trying to give all the characters very distinctive different voices that I have to fluctuate between quickly. Which normally you don't have to do as a voice actor if you're like recording in a booth, because it's usually you record one character's set of lines at a time, but it's great practice for me, like just for different voices. Alrighty. So something with vigilance. Oh, what do we... Oh yes, okay, we've got something about Clay. Clay. He's a giant / earth echo, 31, he, him. He's a barbarian from the Highlands, neutral good, and his arcana is strength. Perfect. Okay, something protective. She hasn't had her first snow yet. Let's give her one of those. Now, what was it we needed for the first snow? I think it was... that. Some of that flour. Yes, I think that was right, because... Oh, thanks for the stretch check. Oh. Ah, thank you, thank you. And a little more swiftness. There we go. And a first snow. Ooh. Some liquid vigilance diluted with some delicious secret ingredients. Enjoy. I could do with something less diluted, but you're right. It's delicious. Happy to hear that. Do we get to tell the story now? Please, go ahead. You think I should start with the seashells? No, I think some exposition is in order first. As you already know, Innkeeper, I've planned to start my investigation right here in Zenith, specifically at the local Gaia temple. So I've been told. Mostly about that wobbling ooze. Ah, yes, that was certainly something. Unfortunately, besides their fascinating personal secrets, they had nothing of value to share with me. But fortunately, thanks to your rumors, I was not entirely without a lead. The wizard's prophecy led me to Darwell. Or should I say the Abandoned Isle, or Fairweather. The name changes depending on who you ask. I don't know it had that many names. I always just call it Kelpie Island. Why? Because it's shaped like one. Probably the smartest approach. Kelpie Island or Fairweather, its name means very little to me. Its local settlement of Fae was much more relevant. They built everything into a giant sequoia that holds their portal to Avalon. Their portal is in a tree. Yes, right in its center. They call it the Horizon Tree. It's beautiful. The Fae themselves were moderately helpful. It was difficult to get them to focus on the severity of the situation. And I was pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that... And I'm pretty sure they were preparing some sort of morbid ritual with the acorns that they were stringing up between rose bushes in asymmetrical shapes. Oh, I always thought those were art projects. Common misconception. It sounds more like they were preparing to charge them with astral moonlight. For what? If you freeze them, they make for good ice cubes. Do you participate in such practices? Hey, Scaracomi, welcome back! I'm gonna just go and wash my hair, but I'll be working. I'll be lurking. It's all good, just arranged. It's all good. How is everyone doing this fine evening? We're doing great, Scaracomi. I hope you're having a great time as well. Not at the moment. I'm just not going to question that. Eventually, I got them to sit still long enough to ask them about any strange occurrences around their settlement. Did they understand your definition of strange? After some explanation, they told me about how just recently an astral humpback whale had rampaged through one of their nearby scouting camps. Just 2 days before the stars fell. I'm currently scranning eating some McDonald's. Oh, I haven't had McDonald's in ages. I am a sucker for McFlurries and chicken nuggets and fries. Like, the burgers can be a bit hit and miss for me, but I love a good McFlurry. They said it seemed like it was running from something and that it was full of seething fury. They also claimed it to be a good sign because it promised adventure. Seems like an understatement. Majorly. I mean, it did end up in some kind of adventure. Investigating disaster is not an adventure. It is a necessity of dire circumstances. I have a Malteser McFlurry, large Fanta, large fries, and a Big Mac. Oh, Scaracomi, I'm so jealous. I want a McFlurry now so bad. I had fun. That makes 2 of us. It certainly was a sign of something being awry, and I was determined to get to the bottom of it. So naturally, I made my way to nearby Carapace Beach and prepared a celestial summoning ritual under the young astral moon. For the humpback whale, I suppose? What else would I be summoning? I thought maybe you wanted to ask Cassiopeia for her input. Are you out of your mind? The Realm Keepers have sworn a divine oath of neutrality that prevents them from directly interfering with the simple world of us mortals. The full might of their powers could disrupt the delicate balance of their cosmic design. I'm so upset they don't do Smarty McFlurries anymore. No! I'm so sorry. I'm a sucker for McFlurries that have like a caramel kind of chocolate bar mixed into it. Oreo ones are pretty good, not gonna lie, but I love caramel mixed in with like soft serve ice cream. There's just something about that that's just so good. Right, sorry, slipped my mind. You are forgiven. As I was preparing the ritual, readying myself to confront the troublemaker, I suddenly found myself being interrupted by a strange request. That was me. I asked her if she needed any more seashells. Did she? I did, actually. Pairing dragon-head tritons and glimmering limpet shells can heighten the dual aspect of the celestial twins, therefore making the connection to the astral sea more stable. Obviously. I had managed to find a limpet shell and one happened to be among her offerings. I honestly just thought she was decorating the beach and that she could do with more colour. You weren't wrong, in a way. Sadly, the shells burn up during the ritual. Singed Tia's hands, too. Oh, baby, no! It's okay. Just a little. Fortunately, I possess spectacular healing capabilities. Fortunate indeed. Were you collecting seashells for beach decorating or your very own ritual clay? I was collecting them for my friends. At this time of year, Kelpie Island is full of all kinds of sparkling, floating animals from the astral sea. Also, may I ask, who is this drop-dead gorgeous blondie on screen right now? She is named Alethea. She is a seraph, she is a cleric, and she is very cool. She is very poised and very determined about doing her duty and fulfilling her missions, and she's very, very pretty. And also the other pretty lady seraphim in armor is named Stephanie, and she is me, and I am her. And they love munching on seashells. Do you encounter these creatures a lot? I try to. They're very nice. Clay can talk to animals. Guy's blessings rest upon him. You're full of surprises. Thank you. Though I'm not always sure they like talking to me. They tend to disappear sooner or later. Sometimes they come back, but often they don't. I think maybe I accidentally say things that upset them without realizing it, and they think I mean to hurt them. I hate when that happens. No, you wouldn't hurt a fly, sweetie. You mean they just disappear like they were never there? Yeah, like they moved to a different, quieter beach. Or like they returned to the astral sea? I feel like they would tell me if they went back home. Not necessarily. Many astral creatures can traverse the planes at will, but they don't always have control over when they return. On many occasions, the astral currents pull them back home before they're ready. And once you're swept up in them, each subsequent journey out becomes more and more difficult. Or so I've been told. I would guess your friends either went home when you weren't there, or got pulled back before they had a chance to say goodbye. So you're saying the sea swallowed them? Not quite. It just beckoned them home. Through a celestial hug of sorts. She kind of is a bit of a palette swap of the Seraph of stories, isn't she? So that means I could just visit them in the astral sea? That would be an incredible undertaking. Traveling between planes is quite hazardous. Is it? But echoes are from the primordial sea, and my family's lived there for... has lived here for... quite a while, I think. They must have gotten here somehow. They say it was much simpler to traverse between planes at once. It was much simpler to traverse planes once, but for a long time it has been almost impossible without complicated and dangerous rituals. Until recently, the astral sea was the only possible way to pass through the barriers. And accessing requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Yeah, I will say, if Twitch isn't letting your subscription renew, it might be a problem with your bank, or you might want to speak to Twitch customer support. Yeah, that sounds like something you might want to talk to customer support about, or it might be an issue with your card or your bank. I'm sorry, Scaracomi. And accessing it requires meticulous planning, not to mention the sea tends to come with more risks than rewards. Even your Astrian friends who can choose to leave their home plane on a whim get pulled back by the currents eventually. Imagine what would happen if you went in unprepared. But the Fae on Kelpie Island aren't from Gaia either, and they told me they haven't lived here for very long. Since the 5 interplanar portals opened up, interplanar travel has become a lot more accessible again. At least when it comes to the dream planes. But even the astral primordial seas, not to mention are finally open to us again after all these years. It is a true miracle to witness in our lifetimes. So the portals haven't always been there? I didn't know that. Who put them there? Well, that is a very good question. And one that would blow the scope of this conversation beyond its bounds, I would think. You still have to tell me how you summoned that whale. You're right, we're getting off track. As Clay and I talked, he told me about his fascinating friendships with the astral creatures. And his ability to speak with animals as if they share a language. So you asked him for help? Well, he offered his aid. I certainly could have handled it on my own, but... Well, you didn't have to. Right. That, obviously. Thank you very much, Clay. Anytime. Oh, sorry, Clay is just so adorable. I love barbarians with big himbo energy. They're just so sweet. Oh, you guys are so sweet. It might be a problem with, like, an issue with Scaracomi's account. It might be good to, reach out to Twitch support and ask them if there's a particular issue on your account why you can't renew your subscription. So I summoned it. The ritual worked exponentially well, and it disappeared out of the sky in a wave of concerning darkness. Stars used to accompany them. I mean, there was one star. There was. The whale was even bigger than I had anticipated, almost as tall as the horizon tree. And in its stomach rested a giant sun, the only star of the night sky whose light had not been extinguished, nestled right in its belly. That sounds beautiful. It was, in a way. The star wasn't the thing to worry about, though. The whale didn't look at all happy about being summoned. Instead, it looked like a wounded animal that was one loud noise away from lashing out. And it looked sick. Its translucent skin was grey, like it was frozen with the coldness of the highest mountains or the deepest depths. Its eyes were pale, almost blind, with no warmth within them. I thought for a brief second, we must fight this beast, before it consumes us and everything in its path. But when I looked over at Clay, I saw a deep understanding in his eyes, like he wasn't seeing a monster, but a friend. So I stayed quiet, knowing that whatever he knew outweighed my fear. You knew what it needed, Clay? Not completely, but I knew that look in its eyes. That feeling when you're scared you get angry, when you want to fight because you're terrified you won't be able to flee. So I kneeled, to show it that I didn't mean any harm, and I held out my last conch shell in my hands. I took a moment to overcome the instinct to mistrust, but it picked up the shell gently and ate it. I saw the conch freeze as it was swallowed. It looked painful. Wanting to comfort the whale, I reached out and carefully put my hands against its cheek. I wanted to know it wasn't alone. Okay, so Clay, with his connection to animals and his buff nature, he kind of gives Minsk vibes if Minsk had a double-digit IQ. I'm sure it needed that. It did. It was so sad it cried tears of gold and dust. Its tears turned to ice before they even hit the ground. It was at that moment I realized its body had been cursed with a potent frostbite. I knew it did not trust me yet, so I did what I previously would not have thought possible. Through a hand on Clay's shoulder and the magic of your drink, I was able to briefly transfer my magic into Clay, allowing him to cure it of its disease. He kissed it on the forehead and the ice burned away, freeing it of its endless chill. It was quite sweet. That's one lucky whale. And one unusual effect of that infusion. Is that not usually possible? Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. Clay he's so sweet and so gentle. I love gentle giants. They're just so adorable. Inspiration is a fickle thing. Such magic is deeply personal and differs from person to person. Excuse me. I always enjoy seeing how others imagine support to look like. Scaracomi, you guys, Chat and Steph, I'm so glad I found you guys. You're all so kind, and I found a place I can be myself without judgment and just feels like a home. Thank you all so, so much. No, thank you, Scaracomi, for being such a wonderful part of my community. I'm very, very proud of my archive of lovely lost tales that I've cultivated over being on the internet now for more than a decade. And thank you all so much for all your incredible support and making it such a welcoming community, especially to newcomers. Oh, but thank you so much for saying that, Scaracomi. That means so much. Thank you. Tier support was very helpful. I'd hope so. Once it was free of its pain, the whale was ready to talk to us. I asked what had happened and it told me about fighting some sort of evil creature on 2 legs. A creature on 2 legs? So humanoid then? We assume. It turns out whales don't care much about our appearances. It cared more about all the things being thrown at it. What a mean way to approach a whale. Apparently it swallowed some kind of stone, It could only remember its black and white color and that it tasted horrible. But it thought, I have a strong digestive thing. It's nothing to worry about. Rookie mistake. The two-legged monster just wouldn't stop attacking, so it fled as quickly as it could, trying to find its way home. It felt really bad about destroying the camp. I get why. The worst part about being angry is seeing the wreckage you leave behind. Tia, do you ever get angry? No. I am the embodiment of calmness and self-discipline. No, I'm not going to be mean to her. Where I come from, they call that repression. You forgot divinity? Thank you. I did. Luckily, its anger subsided when it found its way back. It thought it was finally safe, but suddenly this freezing cold again. I don't mind the cold much. I'm from the Highlands and we get a lot of snow in the winter. But the kind of cold it was describing sounded awful. Painful and inescapable, like it was freezing from the inside out. The potent frostbite I mentioned, it seems a curse took hold and slowly spread throughout its entire body. It tried to keep itself warm by feeding on solar crabs and cosmic squid, but that didn't help much. It just kept getting more scared, and angrier, colder. So I just need to put on some lip balm. Do you think the skull on Clay's shoulder is talking by any chance? Possibly. It wouldn't surprise me if maybe it has like a spirit trapped in it or something. Oh, fun news. I was able to skip 6th form last Friday and stayed home watching Steph's Dead by Daylight dating sim playthrough. Thank you. Whilst speedrunning my performance arts coursework. I handed it in on time. Woo! Good on you, Scaracomi. Nice one. Until even its brain was freezing over. It couldn't think of anything other than cold. So in its desperation, it ate the hottest thing it could find. A star. A star. A giant one at that. It looked deceptively small contained in its belly. But apparently it was one of the biggest ones the night sky had to offer. The East Star. It ate Pharos? The guiding star of the endless seas? It did. And it helped. It kept its frostbite at bay, even if it did not eradicate it. But as you can imagine, such a massive star disappearing did not have the most desirable effect on the astral sea's delicate balance of gravity. I can imagine that. The whale was very confused about what had happened. But it said all the stars around it suddenly decided to fall and spin out of place. They crashed into each other, causing more and more destruction with each passing moment. I didn't understand everything it described, but it sounded bad. To label it as bad would be quite the understatement. The falling stars ripped holes in Cassiopeia's wings. To think that just one hungry creature could break the entire balance of the universe. It was hurt and scared. It should have endured, instead of hurting others. It was alone. It didn't know all that would happen. I would say it would count itself lucky if you were there to help. Indeed. I don't want to imagine the additional chaos it could have caused. I don't care about could-haves. I just care that we were able to help. Did you also manage to free it from the star in its stomach? No, the frostbite may be gone, but that star is a part of it now. It has become the first of a new kind, a sun humpback whale. And probably the last one too, as all other stars in the astral sea have been snuffed out. We will never be able to see the night sky again, and in turn that whale must forever live with its guilt nestled in its stomach. You're right. Some things are forever changed now. That's kind of the point of disasters. But perhaps the star doesn't stand for shame, but the pride of its survival. We shouldn't be sad that most are gone, but happy that one managed to make it through. Besides, we may have lost the night sky's starry companions, but I managed to gain 2 new friends. Even the worst of situations can lead you to light sometimes. I like that. You should never be sad about finding new friends. Speaking of friends, on the way back we ran into this traveling souvenir shop. This setting has some way out there world building, whales eating stars and very cool stuff. It's so cool, isn't it? Like, that's such an amazing idea. Oh. I bought friendship bracelets for Tia and I with little whale charms on them. That's so cute. But she didn't want to wear them just yet, so I'm waiting until she's ready. That's very nice of you. Right, Tia? They're a hazard for fights and could get caught in things. Sure. I'm looking forward to see how they look with your armor. Wear it. Tia also found something for you at the souvenir shop. She said it reminded her of your tavern. And now I've seen it in person. I agree. Now I'm curious. What is it? Oh, okay. 1 second. I'll just move my camera. 1 moment. Okay. Okay, can you see it? It's directly above me. Hang on. It's right there. It's this beautiful stained glass piece over in the window. It's right there. So shiny. I love it. Oh, it kind of looks like it's a sun or like a starburst over the sea. Oh, that's really, really cool. Okay. I'll go put myself back. And boop. 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 There we go. Oh, that's a very pretty mosaic. The shopkeeper told us a little bit about it. Supposedly, this piece of art represents a new beginning after a hard-fought battle. Kind of like the rise of the sun, kind of like the rise of the sun hunchback whale. That's very fitting. Thank you, Tia. So. Okay. Tia needs to warm up a little bit. Tia, aren't you glad Clay was there to help you? I suppose I am. You really are? You are surprisingly competent. Perhaps one might even say I could not have done this entirely without you. If one was to be extreme about it. I think someone like you could do anything alone if you put your mind to it. But that doesn't mean you should have to. I'm always happier when doing difficult things if I have help from other people. Well said, Clay. Oh, have I watched Supergirl or Merlin? I haven't watched either one of those. I'm sorry. I need to watch Merlin, though. I need to watch Merlin. Like, Morgan Le Fay looks absolutely incredible. I need to watch Merlin. I just didn't grow up watching Merlin, but I really, really need to sit down and watch it. Same with, like, the Robin Hood TV series that has Richard Armitage as the Sheriff of Nottingham. For reasons. For very looking respectfully reasons. Well said, Clay. Katie McGrath is perfect, Morgan. Absolutely. Like, she looks absolutely perfect as Morgan Le Fay. Like, yes. There's just so many TV series that are out there that I need to sit down and watch. My current hyperfixation is Interview with the Vampire, though, so that's kind of taken hold of my brain for now. Well said, Clay. Stellar teamwork, you two. Keep it up. Will do. Much more importantly, clearly our quest was not successful. What are you talking about? You cured the sun humpback whale. You found out why the stars fell. You even made new friends. What more could you want? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. Oh, Sam, thank you so much for the Pick My Voice. The voice I pick is one of an unearthly goddess who's brought together a lovely community of people who love her kindness and charm and lovely personality. Thank you so much, Samuel. I'll do my best to do my lovely normal voice, okay? We still haven't the slightest idea who caused all this. An angry humanoid figure? And that is who exactly? Well, we can rule out you, me, and the innkeeper. We can rule out you and me. Ouch. How dare you? No hard feelings. I believe you're innocent, but sometimes evil hides in plain sight. One must not be led astray. I understand. Paranoia is a hard habit to break. When are we going to read the letter? Because I feel that this person who sent it is behind all this. Oh, thank you, my lovelies. I'm doing my best. I'm doing my best. Clearly someone orchestrated this. It seems too random and methodical to be an accidental side effect. I must find out what hides in the darkness. If something like this happens again, it could end in calamity the likes of which we have never seen before. Don't worry too much about it, girlie. This is just kind of how oblivions are around here. I wouldn't call this just another oblivion. How often have you seen the stars fall from the sky? 0 times. I was asleep when it happened. And now that it's over, here go my chances of ever witnessing a supreme meteor shower. You should not wish to witness such horrors. Some horrors are fun to look at. I like Una. She's fun. Listen, love. When I was your age, I used to worry about stuff like this all the time. That weirdo over there did too. We all did, at one time or another. But I know from experience that making such a fuss about it won't get you anywhere. These bite-sized calamities are part of the natural order of things. From chaos to balance to chaos and back to balance, everything just switches around in a never-ending cycle. Sure, it's good to keep an eye out, but you don't have to give yourself an aneurysm over it. Just pick a quest if it worries you, and follow the natural flow of the universe. In a way, if you're lucky, you'll end up retired, like me. Such a leisurely attitude only leads to failure. And, even then, someone is always going to save the world in the end. And that someone is going to be me. Oh, the youth. Anyway, old enemy, got another drink for me? I'm running dry. Anytime, Una. Are you still running low on energy? How about another strong one? You got it. Okay, let's give you the brawler one. Yeah, another southern brawler for you. Just a heads up, when we get to the end of the day, I think I'm going to wrap up tonight's stream. Because I feel like it's a good point to get to the end for now. I'm not sure how far away that is, but just giving you guys a heads up. Something strong for the most strong-headed lady I know. Ow. Weird way to admit you lost every argument against me. But this drink is splendid, I'll give you that. See, one of these, your worries will be washed away with flavor. Good or bad, depends on the day. I find your apathy borders on tragedy. And I find your hero complex unsustainable. Remember, kiddo, they don't build those statues for folks who are alive. Who cares about statues? My purpose is my purpose, and I don't care who immortalizes me. No one's purpose is to die, girl. Life is much more meaningful than that. Anyway, my purpose is winning at cards right now. Good luck with your delusions. I apologize on her behalf. It's fine. Tia, are you dying? No, she was purely speaking in the hypothetical. I'm not sure what that means, but it doesn't sound like it could damage your armor. Clay, you beautiful himbo. But you know, maybe we should listen to her advice. At least a little bit. My granny always says, With age comes the priceless wisdom of mistakes. I think your grandma's advice would be much more helpful than whatever a failed hero has to say. You think retirement is failure? One's post should never be abandoned. If you can still serve this world, you should. Not sure if that's bleak or inspiring. The latter. She was right about one thing though. The past is full of terrible disasters that were prevented. Which means that this too could have been attempted before, if not very successfully. Knowledge of something so vile must be scarce and well guarded, maybe even abandoned. I've never come across anything like this anywhere in the Aperture's library. Granted, the Aperture has only been standing for a little over 2 decades, no? Its library can't be that vast. Many of the Order's books were relocated to the new stronghold. But I do believe that we don't currently harbour the knowledge I seek. For that, other avenues must be explored. What are you considering? We could ask everyone we come across until we find someone who knows something. Good idea, but that would take far too long. I think we should look to the Everbloom archives. Is that a book club? Oh, sweetie. An ancient one. Everbloom was one of the great 7 maiden archives. The Gaian one, to be specific. Legend has it there used to be one on each plane, even Tuat, the plane of the dead. They were once filled with all the knowledge of the cosmos and grew in size every day, thanks to their fearless archivists. But they fell to an unknown foe and have been lost to time ever since. I believe one of them could hold the answers we seek. Innkeeper, do you perhaps know where to find this archive? Nope, not much of a librarian, unfortunately. Disappointing. Ooh, got another rumour. But you can keep an eye out for it, right? You can ask all the Scully people that pass through here. Like the Skeleman! Like the Skeleman, he might know. Of course, I can do that. Perhaps you can start by asking that bounty hunter once she's done gambling all her money away. You can ask her yourself. I would rather not. I'll take that terrible task off your hands then. Wonderful. You won't need more than a day to take care of all of this, right? I could do with a little more time. Nonsense. We don't have more time. I need your full commitment on this, Innkeeper. This is very short notice. As are disasters, typically, hence the vigilance. I shall return to a fully prepared quest tomorrow morning. Okay. In the meantime, you should rest. Don't be ridiculous. I have things to do. People to help. Prayers to consult. Una was right. A good night's sleep would do wonders for you. Shush, Una. I feel you judging me too. I can even offer you... Yes! Oh my god, yes! Okay, yes, this needs to happen. I could even offer you some coupons to a beautiful swamp spa. Fine, I'll take 1 or 2, though they won't be put to much use. If I rest now, who will this world have faith in? I shall see you tomorrow. Hey, dear, how's it going? It's always nice to see burnout happening in real time. Yeah, chat, how does it feel? Don't worry, I'll go with her and make her some soup. Clay, you're one of the most wholesome characters we've encountered yet in this game. And there are multiple himbos in this game. This makes my heart so happy. Yes. Soup always helps me when I have a headache. And she looks like she has a big one. Do you want some soup as well? Yes, please. I'll bring some by tomorrow. Do you have any allergies? No. Thank you, Clay. Anytime. Then the recipe will be a surprise. Have a superb day. Steph, that was a personal attack. Hades 2 can wait. I'm going to play this tomorrow. This is so adorable. It's so cute, isn't it? Just arranged. Like, this is quite into the thick of Act 2. It has such great build-up, and the characters are so much fun. Absolutely recommend checking it out. Yes, if you type in !sponsor, sponsor is spelled with SPONSOR, then it brings up the link to the Steam page. Because I was very kindly given a copy of this game for free, so I want to promote it where I can. It's so cute. It's so good. I'll take some of those coupons too. Wonderful. Talking through everything really helped. Thank you. I'm happy to hear that. I hope you heal on those seashells. I hope you hold on to those seashells. Catching up with some astral friends might make you feel a little better. Actually, I was thinking I could use the shells to make some friendship bracelets for Tia and I. I want to carve them into stars. You are just too pure for this world. I love you. I think that sometimes you have to make something beautiful out of the things that hurt you. I love you. Otherwise, you're left with anger that has nowhere to go. Do you like being angry? I will say no, I don't. Me neither. But we all get angry sometimes. It's not the most fun, but it's important. Never getting angry doesn't solve anything either. It just makes you smaller and smaller until people no longer see you as someone they need to think about. At least they're not scared of you. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. Can I... They are popping off some bars of wisdom in this game. I want to make a note of that. 1 second. I need to take a photo of that because that is amazing. No, Scarocomi, don't cry. I'm sorry for calling you guys out on burnout. Anger doesn't make you any more of a monster than silence makes you a saint. You're a whole person, Clay, and don't be scared of who that is. I'll try, Innkeeper. Thank you. I hope you find a way back to yourself too. Oh, we've got some information about him. Let's have a look. Or are we going to get to end of day? Skellyman. Okay, we'll get to you in just a second. I want to see what we found out about Clay. Oh, we got another piece of this rumor. Okay, cool. Clay is a sweet and gentle half-giant. He loves animals and can communicate with them, a skill no one should underestimate. He believes in the good in people and is exceptionally empathetic. On the other hand, he is also very strong and a remarkable fighter. Top of the evening to you. Welcome to my tavern. Oh, what do my magical eyes see? New faces, new acquaintances. With whom do I have the pleasure today? No way. A speaking skeleton. Haven't seen one of those in a long time. Hello there. How incredibly rude of me to leave out introductions. My name is Scully. And he's so polite as well. You can call me Una, Mr. Scully. And that one over there is my friend Jade. Ah, a fellow Mida, but with more skin left. Oh, okay, so maybe that's a term for people in this world who have some degree of necromancy abilities, because you can see with Jade, her shoulder bones poking through and her arm bones. So maybe that's a term for people who are adjacent to necromancy or undead in some way. Yeah. Which isn't immensely difficult, I suppose. Glad to make your acquaintance, Una and her friend Jade. Maybe that's another thing, is their culture is named after particular gemstones. I want to remark on Jade's necklace though, because Jade is really cool and pretty. Jade, that's a beautiful necklace you have there. Something about it looks really familiar. Don't you think, Scully? I have no clue what you're talking about. How does that remind you of Scully? Is it maybe tied to necromancy? It does remind me of Scully in a way. Oh no, I think I know where they're going with this. When was the last time you were digging around in graves? Never. I think your senses might be deteriorating with age. Just like your ability to win while cheating. Ah, don't get smart with me. Oh, Asteria's worst beast tamer. Oh, the wonders of friendship. You two seem to get along so well. Oh, absolutely. I think I should be going now. I still have work to do. What a coincidence. I happen to want to say the exact same thing. But wouldn't it be rude for us to leave that distinguished gentleman all by himself? I think one of us should definitely stay a little longer. Isn't it cool that both of you have bones made of shimmery gemstones? That is true. I haven't seen another mojito since I woke up. So anywhere between 2 weeks and 2 centuries ago. See, it's a match already. Would it be a shame if the two of you were to become friends? Huh? Anyway, see ya. That was quick. Indeed. I guess a woman her age knows what she wants. Hey, Hex! Good mythical morning. It's well past sunset, Hex. That might be true, but it's still morning somewhere, I know. You got it. But today I'm not here to talk with you about primordial magic. Today we're going to celebrate my sister. Oh, okay. Greetings, everyone. Come on in. Pleased to meet you. My name is Scully. Jade. You can call me Hex. And this is Grace, my little sister. Yes, I know she's taller than me. You can keep it to yourselves. We're here to celebrate, not to roast, though some fire might be fun. No fireballs inside, Hexagon. If you insist. A fireless party it is then. My bones are aching for a party. I haven't attended one in what feels like an eternity. What's the occasion? My wonderfully talented sister successfully defended her wizard doctoral thesis just today. She can now call herself an actual full-blown Selenite witch. It's not that special, honestly. I beg to differ. That's a majorly big deal. Congratulations. I must congratulate you as well. Quite an outstanding achievement indeed. You're very sweet. Thank you. I have to agree with everyone. You should be proud of yourself. How about a drink on the house to celebrate your graduation? Hex already told me that you're a real magical connoisseur. I would love to taste one of your creations, Innkeeper. But I don't know what to pick. Could you recommend something to me? Of course. How about a drink for your wits? Your brain must be tired after debating your professors all day. That sounds lovely. My brain could use a little pick-me-up. Coming right up. Okay. Oh, take care, Scarecrow-me. Have a great night. Boop. Okay, something with a lot of brain power. I think we did a peak sunrise recently. What's the other brainy one? Let's do a sparkling nebula. For intelligence and plenty of charisma. And yeah, this has been an especially long section of the game. Not that I'm complaining, but my butt is starting to get a little bit sore in this chair. Oh, thanks for the stretch check. Ah, thank you, thank you. Oh. My, this is delightful. See? Told you. She definitely knows her craft. Say, Innkeeper, do you have a PhD in mixology by any chance? Last time I checked, no, but I do have a lot of experience. Took me a while to get the hang of it. I can tell, your drinks are really tasty. I could easily go for another round of debating right now. Is anyone else up for a drink? Nah, not yet. I'm still energized from earlier. Scully, Hex, how about you two? I'm good. I don't want to steal the show today. I would love a refreshment for these old bones, actually. Perhaps something that'll bring back the charm of the old days. At your service. Something with charisma. Let's have a look. What was the one we made with good amount of charisma? 1,000 Winds was quite good, but we haven't made. I think we did 1,000 Winds recently. Let's make a Spoken Heart for something classic with lots of charisma. There we go. Yeah. Oh, they sadly don't actually animate the characters taking sips of the drinks, but I do imagine it's just like slowly pooling on the stool that he's sitting on, and then it eventually drips onto the floor. Or maybe by magic, it just absorbs into his skull and disappears. Here you go, a drink for the charming gentleman. Oh, what a lovely taste. It warms my bones inside and out. Should I be worried? Maybe it's an undead thing. Well, theoretically, it would be possible for a magical drink to warm one's bones. You just need you and your wild dreams, Hexy. Maybe leave those experiments to someone with an actual laboratory for once. Ah, all that talking about studying and degrees brings back so many old memories. I also was a scholar once. I spent my life as an archivist at the Guy and Everbloom archives, to be precise. Before my, well, supposedly eternal slumber, he worked at the archives that Tia really wants to get to. Yes. Okay, I see what's going to happen. I've read a lot about the old archivists, but I've never had the chance to talk to one. Well, obviously they're all dead. All of them? Yes, the archives were destroyed ages ago. They're mostly a myth now. Oh, that's quite sad. A lot of knowledge must have been gotten lost with them. I guess so. If you wouldn't mind, Scully, I would love to hear more about them. Maybe we can revive some of that old knowledge. It would be my pleasure, but sadly I cannot remember much of my research. All those years below ground and without sunlight don't seem to have been good for my memory. It's been a few centuries since I've been alive, so I'm not even sure where one would find the archives nowadays. Ooh, more character information on Scully. Or their ruins, rather. Ooh, let's ask, do you remember the environment surrounding them? Maybe that could help. A little, I believe. I might have even woken up close by. My early memories as a skeleton are quite hazy. During my lifetime, the archives were located deep underground. Gaia's lively blessings were juxtaposed with a hostile and lifeless mountain range. They were surrounded by nothing but rocks and boulders, as sharp as talons and fangs. I think we were reading about that location just a few hours ago, possibly. Even if you've made it out to the mountains, you'd be greeted by either dry steps or a poisonous lake. The liquid in that lake could singe the meat right off your bones. I knew someone that fell into that lake once. I remember it as if it was yesterday. Well, that sounds like not the best place to build an important archive stronghold. Wouldn't necessarily agree. They say the books and scrolls of the Maiden Archives contain all the mysteries of our world and the realms that surround us. Of course, you'd have to protect that knowledge. It would be a shame if someone... Anyways. I think I know the place Scully's talking about. So do we! Oh? Sounds just like Gravelmac. Sharp rocks next to a poisonous lake. There's no way a location like that exists twice, on this plane at least. Or else I would have heard of it. Yes, we got another rumor. I wouldn't recommend going there. I bet it's exceptionally dusty after all these years. But think about all those hidden treasures. Knowledge left untouched for millennia. That sounds a little too ambitious, even for you. Fine. Your delicate wizard sensibilities wouldn't last a day in the Gravelmac anyway. Oh, and you would? Who can say? Anyway, I gotta go now. Shared enough secrets for the trade today already. Thank you for your reluctant service. Okay, let's have a little look at what we uncovered about Skelly and Jade. Yes, we got the last piece of that rumor, so we'll make that when we get to the end of tonight. Jade. She's surprisingly good with animals and even has a little turtle accompanying her. Only two-headed sheep are giving her a hard time somehow. But through her travels, she's learned how to handle all sorts of people and how to win against them at cards fair and square. Or not fair at all. Scully. Oh, we've got a page about Grace. Awesome, we'll have a look at that. Before his death, he was an archivist at the Everbloom Archives. He cared for and archived all kinds of knowledge and history of this world. Mahita have surnames matching their gemstones their bones are made of. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so this might be something that's revealed a little bit later. He remembers the word alabaster. Considering the color of his skeleton, it would certainly be a match. Okay, so Jade is called Jade because her bones are made of jade? That's interesting and very cool world building. Yes. Okay. Yes. I love that. Okay, let's have a look at what Jade's about. Half elf, 42, so she's younger than Hex. She, her wizard from Zenith, natural good, and her card is the Hierophant. Makes perfect sense for her. What a lovely young lady. She would have made a great archivist. And a grumpy one. I'm sure she just had a long day. As have I, honestly. I'm very tired. I'm absolutely sure of that. But you should be proud of yourself nonetheless. You seem like the kind of person to downplay your achievements. And getting your PhD really isn't something small or insignificant. Oh, it's nothing, really. I spent a lot of time researching. Defending my thesis was a mere formality. Scully and my point still stands, and I'm sure your brother would agree with us. Absolutely. You're all very kind. I really appreciate it. How about we call it a day? It's already getting late. A splendid idea, as I would expect from a witch like you. Seems fair. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening, innkeeper. I will. Theoretically. Okay, time to get this quest sorted, I believe? Yes, okay. So, the fabled Everbloom Archives are located deep within the Gravelmac, a lifeless, dangerous mountain range. The Maiden Archives once held the infinite knowledge of the cosmos. The guy in Everbloom could hide answers no one is quite ready for. Deep within the Gravelmac hide long-lost treasures and terrifyingly bleak stalkers, though the verdict is still out on their cuteness level. There we go. Quest. Raiders of the Lost Archives. The Lost Maiden Everbloom Archives are said to offer infinite knowledge to anyone with unanswered questions. Its ruins lie deep within the Gravelmac, a dangerous and lifeless mountain range that even seasoned adventurers try to avoid. If that wasn't enough, the mountains are also said to be haunted by nightmarish, bleak stalkers. Let's just hope they don't find abandoned archives cozy and inviting. Yee! Okay, and with that felt like that day went on twice as long as the others, but so much stuff happened and it was very good. Alrighty. Oh, but that is a hell of a cliffhanger to end on. Trouble in Paradise. But we're gonna have to save that for next time. And sadly, we're gonna have to wait even longer for next time. Because next week, I'm attending a very cool conference about video game development, and I'm hopefully going to be able to meet some very cool people there from agencies. So this is a very important conference to me, could lead to some great opportunities. But that means I'm not going to be able to get back to London until very late at night. So sadly, I'm not going to be streaming next Wednesday. I'll still be doing my Monday and Friday streams, but I just won't be doing my Wednesday stream. But with that, we're going to wrap things up for tonight. So thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. I had an incredible night. I love this game so much. There's just so much heart put into this game. And I hope you guys are enjoying all the different voices I've been doing for the characters, because I've just been coming up with them on the fly. Some of them are stronger than others, I think. But I hope you guys are all enjoying them nonetheless. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. And I will see you on Friday for more Baldur's Gate 3. But if you've been lurking in the shadows and you like what you've seen so far, then please consider following. We would love to have you back at the Blue Rose Respite. You're welcome anytime. Be sure to check out my socials that are popping up in the chat right now, including my 2 YouTube channels, one for my ASMR tales and the other for my Twitch VODs, and my Twitter, my Insta, and my TikTok. I currently have an ongoing 24/7 broadcast over on my main YouTube channel, which is a collection of some ASMR tales and some creepypasta narrations. So if you're looking for something to study to fall asleep to listen to while you're painting minis, then be sure to check that out, because some people seem to like the sound of my voice. They find it soothing and relaxing. But a big thank you to everyone who maybe stuck around after the raid, to everyone who renewed their subscriptions and got subscriptions. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate it. Let us head over and see who's currently live, and we can go say hello. Why don't we go say hello to Stinky Treen, because they are cool and chill and having an awesome time. So let's go say hello to them. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. I will see you on Friday, and I'm very excited because we are confronting Ketherick and making, I think it's going to be the next step into Act 3 of Rosamund's story, so I'm very excited for that. But thank you so much for joining me tonight, my lovelies. I will see you on Friday for more Baldur's Gate 3 adventures, and remember, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and as always, stay wicked and wonderful. Good night, my lovelies.